Blog Talk Radio.
Thank Jah Rastafari.
Jah Rastafari. Jah Rastafari. Jah Rastafari.
Yay, 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 yay.
To the Most I JAH RASTAFARI, on the sultry, playing on the dead string, showing love and kindness until in I get. The brutish man would never know, neither does the fool overstand his law, cause Jah has made us triumph by the workings of our hands. Work and his thought is a purpose and a plan. Shabbat Shalom. A song for days of resting inside your home. Sabbath Salam, Shabbat Shalom. A song for days of resting inside your home. See when the wicked grow like the grass, workers of the iniquity hate your righteous path. Rastafari scatter them like sand of the shore. Enemies perish cause there's a life forevermore. But my heart shall raise up like the horn of Africa. See, I will be anointed with fresh oil, with fresh oil. Shabbat Shalom. A song for the days of resting inside your home and seal up. Shabbat Shalom. A song for the days of resting inside your home. Love me down, and it's at the time. People make heart and a listening mind. With the behind, Babylon come with a different design, and still it's all the same. Better relax, sit and recline. His Majesty said unity and only Jah knows. Sing up for them all the sick and the blind. You consider divine. Any place with them all we call we high and I go sure. You find your place in a life. You feel so different this time. You find position and prayer. Balance with spiritual life. Rasta are Israelite. Where Babylon feel like trying to cut the branch. Please let it grow. The root of David he could only be slow. Got to take it easy, please take it slow. That's why I say Shabbat Shalom. A song for the days of resting inside your home. Shabbat Shalom. A song for the days of resting.
Rastafari is Almighty. Rastafari is Almighty. Rastafari is almighty. Ever live and never paid for. Ever live and never sure. Ever sure. Ever sure. Ever live and never paid for. Ever sure. Yeah, he's the only king of the Sabbath, and the Sabbath is our only future. Yeah, he's the only king of the Sabbath, and the Sabbath is our only future. Yeah, he's the only king of the Sabbath, and the Sabbath is our only future. Hey yo! Hey yo!
Messianic candle lighting blessing for the Shabbat in the Hebrew and the English tongue. Baruch atah Yahweh Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'zi vanu lehiyot or lagoyim banatan lanu et Yehoshua Mishianu Ur Ha'olam. Blessed is Yahweh Almighty, our King of the universe, who sanctified we, Yahweh's people, with his commandments, and commanded we, Yahweh's people, to be a light to the nations, and who gave to we, Yahweh's people, Yehoshua, our Messiah, the light of the world.
Glory to the Most I JAH Rastafari, King of kings, Lords of lords, conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, elect of God, light of the world, is His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie. Protect my son David as he travel this lonely path. Steer my son far from bloody men who surround him with opinions sharp as daggers. Bless him with a vision to distinguish friends from foes. Bless his listeners with overstanding and patience. Remind the critics that all judgment belongs to thee. May the words of thy mouth and the meditation of thy heart be acceptable in thy presence, Selah.
Some depend the Indian reservation. Some will go on to repatriation. Some will claim the land of Canaan. And of the slave driver them be a possession. Oh, let the slave and let them go. The slave, let 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 the slave.
On May 5th, 1936, Ethiopia fell to a foreign power for the first time. 5 tragic years passed before the country regained its independence from fascist Italy. Since that time, Liberation Day has become a national holiday. War veterans come to Addis Ababa to pay homage to the man who led them to victory and who has become synonymous with Ethiopia. Ethiopia, 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 Ethiopia.
Children that will not lie. So he was their Savior. In all their affliction, he was afflicted, and the angel of his presence saved them. My people, children that will not lie. So he was their Savior. In all their affliction, he was afflicted, and the angel of his presence saved them. In his love and in his pity, he redeemed them, and he bare them and carried them all the days of old. But they rebelled and vexed his Holy Spirit. He was their Savior. In all their affliction, he was afflicted. In all their affliction, 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 he was afflicted. In all their affliction, he was afflicted. In all their affliction, he was afflicted, and the angel of his presence saved them. In his love and in his pity, he redeemed them, and he bare them and carried them all the days of old, 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 all the days.
You know we are Israelites. You know we are Israelites.
Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof. 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 Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, 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 the Lion of the tribe of Judah, 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 the root of David, of David, of David, of David, 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 hath prevailed to open the book, from 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 the book, and to loose the 7 seals thereof. 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 7 seals thereof.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat.
6 days shalt thou labor, and the 7th day take thy rest. And although now we are mature, we were like little sucklings on the breast. 6 days shalt thou labor, and the 7th day take thy rest. And although now we are mature, we were like little sucklings on the breast. So 6 days shalt thou labor, and the 7th day take thy rest. And although now we are mature, we were like little sucklings on the breast.
This station needs no identification.
Ravita, La Shavata, Yom Tov. Baruch et Yahuwah Hamvarak. Reader, bless your Yahuwah Jehovah, who is to be blessed. The reader says, Baruch et Yahuwah Hamvarak. Congregation and reader, Baruch Yahuwah Hamvaraka le'olama va'ed. Blessed is Yahuwah Jehovah, who is to be blessed forever and ever. Congregation and reader, Baruch Yahuwah Hambarak le'olam va'ed. Baruch ata Yahuwah Eloheinu melech ha'olam. Blessed art thou, Yahuwah Eloheinu, Jehovah our Elohim, Aina Elohim, King of the universe, universal King. Baruch ata Yahuwah Eloheinu melech ha'olam. Asher Rabia Dvaroa Mariv Ravima Behakma Uteyacha She'ari, who at thy word bringest on the evening twilight, and with wisdom openest the gates of the heavens. Baruch atah Yahuwah Eloheinu melech haolam, asher rabi dvaroa mari b'ravi b'hakma poteach she'ari, u'avitavuna me'eshane itima u'machalifa eta ha'zemanim, and with understanding, u'avitavuna u'bi'atavuna, and with understanding changes times and varies the seasons. U'avitavuna me'eshane itim u'machalifa eta ha'zemanim, and arranges the stars in their watches in the sky according to thy will. Uma sadira eta hakokavima be'misha mirotehem ba'rakia ki ritzono. Thou createst day and night. Vorei yoma valayla. Thou createst day and night. Vorei yom walayla. Thou rollest away the night from before the darkness. Golel ora mipaneya choshek, and the darkness, the choshek, from before the light, from before the ora. V'chosheka mipanei ora. Thou makest the day to pass and the night to approach. U'ma evira yoma u'a me'vi layla u'ma v'dir, and dividest u'ma v'dir bein yom u'bein layla Yahuwah Tzebaot Shemo, and dividest the day from the night. Uma b'dil bein yom ubein layla. Yahuwah Jehovah of hosts is thy name. Yahuwah Tzebaot Shemo, a God living and enduring continually. El Chai V'Kayama Tamid, living God, the living power, the living God, the Almighty, living and enduring continually. El Chaya V'Kayama Tamid, mayest thou reign over us, over I and I, forever and ever. Yimlok Aleinu le'olam wa'ed. Blessed art thou, Yahuwah Jehovah, who bringest on the evening twilight. Baruch atah Yahuwah ha-ma'iri irabim. Blessed art thou, Jehovah, who bringest on the evening twilight. Baruch atah Yahuwah ha-ma'iri irabim. With everlasting love. Ahavat olam, with everlasting eternal love. Ahavata olam, thou hast loved the house of Israel, the Beta Israel, thy people. Ahavata olama Beta Yisrael amecha ahavta, a law, a Torah, and commandments, statutes, and judgments hast thou taught us, hast thou taught Aina. Torah, ua mitzvota chukim, ua mishapatim, otanu limadta. Therefore, Yahuwah Eloheinu, Jehovah our Elohim, when we lay down and when we rise up, we will meditate meditate on thy statutes. All King Yahweh Eloheinu, Be Shakaveinu, Uva Kumeinu, Na Siyacha Be Chukeka. Yea, yes, we will rejoice in the words of thy Lord, the words of thy Torah, and in thy commandments forever, forever. Ve'nismacha be'divrei Toratecha uva mitzvotecha le'olama va'ed. For they are our life, our liberty, and the length of our days. Ki hem chayenu ve'orek yamen. And we will meditate on them day and night. U'avahem nehigeh yomam valayla. And we will meditate on them day and night. U'vahem nehigeh yomam valayla. And mayest thou never take away thy love from us, from Aina. Ahavateka ala tasir mimen. And mayest thou never take away ahavateka, ahavateka ala tasir mimen, from Aina. Blessed art thou, O Jehovah Yahweh, who lovest thy people, Yisrael, who lovest thy people, Israel. Ve'ahavateka ala tasir mimenu ale olamim. Baruch ata Yahweh ohev amo Yisrael. Blessed art thou, O Jehovah, who lovest thy people, Israel. Baruch ata Yahweh ohev amo Yisrael.
Psalm 95. Oh, come, let us sing unto the Lord. Let us make a joyful noise to the rock of our salvation. Let us come before his presence with thanksgiving and make a joyful noise unto him with psalms. For the Lord is a great God and a great King above all gods. In his hand are the deep places of the earth. The strength of the hills is his also. The sea is his, and he made it, and his hands formed the dry land. Oh, come, let us worship and bow down. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker. For he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture, and the sheep of his hand. Today, if ye will hear his voice, harden not your heart as in the provocation, and as in the day of temptation in the wilderness. When your fathers tempted me, proved me, and saw my work. 40 years long was I grieved with this generation, and said, it is a people that do err in their heart, and they have not known my ways. Unto whom I swear in my wrath, that they should not enter into my rest, my rest, my rest, my rest, my rest, my rest, my rest. Psalm 96. Oh, sing unto the Lord a new song. Sing unto the Lord, all the earth. Sing unto the Lord, bless his name. Show forth his salvation from day to day. Declare his glory among the heathen, his wonders among all peoples. For the Lord is great and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens. Honor and majesty are before him. Strength and beauty are in his sanctuary. Give unto the Lord, O ye kindreds of the people. Give unto the Lord glory and strength. Give unto the Lord the glory due unto his name. Bring an offering and come into his courts. O worship the Lord in the beauty of holiness. Fear before him all the earth. Say among the heathen that the Lord reigneth. The world also shall be established, that it shall not be moved. He shall judge the people righteously. Let the heavens rejoice, and let the earth be glad. Let the sea roar and the fullness thereof. Let the field be joyful and all that is therein. Then shall all the trees of the wood rejoice before the Lord. For he cometh to judge the earth. He shall judge the world with righteousness, and the people with his truth, 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 with his truth. Psalm 97. The Lord reigneth, let the earth rejoice, let the multitude of isles be glad thereof. Clouds and darkness are round about him, righteousness and judgment are the habitation of his throne. A fire goeth before him, and burneth up his enemies round about. His lightnings enlighten the world. The earth saw and trembled. The hills melted like wax at the presence of the Lord, at the presence of the Lord of the whole earth. The heavens declare his righteousness, and all the people see his glory. Confounded be all they that serve graven images, that boast themselves of idols. Worship him, all ye gods. Zion heard and was glad, and the daughters of Judah rejoiced because of thy judgments, O Lord. For thou, Lord, art high above all the earth. Thou art exalted far above all gods. Ye that love the Lord hate evil. He preserveth the souls of his saints. He delivereth them out of the hand of the wicked. Light is sown for the righteous, and gladness for the upright in heart. Rejoice in the Lord, ye righteous, and give thanks at the remembrance of his holiness, his holiness, his holiness, his holiness, his holiness, his holiness. Psalm 98. O sing unto the Lord a new song, for he hath done marvelous things. His right hand and his holy arm hath gotten him the victory. The Lord hath made known his salvation. His righteousness hath he openly showed in the sight of the heathen. He hath remembered his mercy and his truth toward the house of Israel. All the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of our God. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all the earth. Make a loud noise and rejoice and sing praise. Sing unto the Lord with the harp and the voice of a psalm, with trumpets and sound of cornet. Make a joyful noise before the Lord the King. Let the sea roar and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. Let the floods clap their hands, let the hills be joyful together before the Lord. For he cometh to judge the earth. With righteousness shall he judge the world, and the people with equity, with equity, with equity, with equity, with equity, with equity. Psalm 99. The Lord reigneth, let the people tremble. He sitteth between the cherubims, let the earth be moved. The Lord is great in Zion, and he is high above all the people. Let them praise thy great and terrible name, for it is holy. The king's strength also loveth judgment. Thou dost establish equity. Thou executest judgment and righteousness in Jacob. Exalt ye the Lord our God, and worship at his footstool, for he is holy. Moses and Aaron among his priests, and Samuel among them that call upon his name, they called upon the Lord, and he answered them. He spake unto them in the cloudy pillar. They kept his testimonies, and the ordinance that he gave them. Thou answeredst them, O Lord our God. Thou wast a God that forgavest them, though thou tookest vengeance of their inventions. Exalt the Lord our God, and worship at his holy hill. For the Lord our God is holy. 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 Psalm 29. Give unto the Lord, O ye mighty. Give unto the Lord glory and strength. Give unto the Lord the glory due unto his name. Worship the Lord in the beauty of holiness. The voice of the Lord is upon the waters. The God of glory thundereth. The Lord is upon many waters. The voice of the Lord is powerful. The voice of the Lord is full of majesty. The voice of the Lord breaketh the cedars. Yea, the Lord breaketh the cedars of Lebanon. He maketh them also to skip like a calf. Lebanon and Syrian like a young unicorn. The voice of the Lord divideth the flames of fire. The voice of the Lord shaketh the wilderness. The Lord shaketh the wilderness of Kadesh. The voice of the Lord maketh the hinds to calve, and discovereth the forests. And in his temple doth everyone speak of his glory. The Lord sitteth upon the flood. Yea, the Lord sitteth king forever. The Lord will give strength unto his people. The Lord will bless his people with peace.
My advice to all is to fulfill the Ten Commandments.
Anochi Adonai Elohecha, lo yiyeh lecha Elohim acherim al panai, lo tisa et shem Adonai Elohecha lashav, zachor et yom ha-Shabbat lekaddesho, kabbed et avicha ve'et immecha, lo tirtzach, lo tin'af, lo tignov, lo ta'aneh vere'acha ed shaker, lo tahmod bet re'echa.
I say give unto Rastafari, yo, mighty, give unto Rastafari glory and strength. Give unto Rastafari the glory due unto his name. Worship Rastafari and duty of holiness. The voice of Rastafari is up on the waters, the voice of Rastafari is thunder it. Rastafari is up on many waters, the voice of Rastafari is full of power, the voice of Rastafari is full of majesty. More love and more honesty.
My advice to all is to fulfill the Ten Commandments.
The Lord will bless his people with peace. Peace, 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 peace.
מזמור כ"ט, מזמור לדוד. הבו לאדוני בני אלים, הבו לאדוני כבוד ועוז, הבו לאדוני כבוד שמו, השתחוו לאדוני בהדרת קודש. כל אדוני על המים אל הכבוד הרעים, אדוני על מים רבים. כל אדוני בכוח, כל אדוני בהדר. כל אדוני שובר ארזים, וישבר אדוני את ארזי הלבנון, וירקידם כמו עגל, לבנון וסיריון כמו בן ראמים. כל אדוני חוצב להבות אש, כל אדוני יחיל מדבר, יחיל אדוני מדבר קדש. כל אדוני יחולל איילות, ויחשוף יערות ובהיכלו, כולו אומר כבוד. אדוני למבול ישב, וישב אדוני מלך לעולם. אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו ושלום, 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 ושלום.
Ana Bekoach, we beg thee, Ana Bekoach. Gedulata Yaminaka Tatir Sarura, with the strength and greatness of thy right arm. Gedulata Yaminaka Tatir Sarura, untangle our knotted fate. Aver Arina Ta'amika, accept your people, thy people's song. Aver Arina Ta'amika, Sangaved, Ahrein, Nora, elevate and purify us. Sangaved, Ahrein, elevate and purify Ayanai. Nora, awesome one, dreaded one, awesome one. Na Gibor, please, heroic one, mighty one. Na Gibor, Dorsheya Yehudeka, those who pursue your uniqueness. Kubavata Shamrein, guard them as the pupil of the eye. Kubavat Shamrein. Barchem, Taharein, Rachemei, Sidakateka Tamida Tamle. Bless them, purify them, pity them. Barke, Ahre, Racheme, Sidakateka Tamida. May your righteousness always reward them. Chasim Kadosh Berov Uveka, powerful and holy and Isla one, in goodness, Nahela Edateka, in goodness lead your flock. Yachida Ge'eh Le Ameka B'nei Zokreya Kedushateka, unique and proud one. To your people turn, Zokrei, those who remember Kedushateka, your holiness, your islandness, your set apartness. Shawatenu Kavel, accept our cries. Shawatenu Kavel, accept our cries. Ushma. And hear our screams, accept our cries, our shout outs. Shawatenu, Kavir Ushma, Ushaikatenu, Yodea, Ta Elumot, O knower of mysteries, of secrets. Yodea, Ta Elumot. Baruch Shem Kavod Malkuto Le'olam Wa'ed. Blessed is the name of His Majesty, of His noble kingdom, forever and ever. Leka dodi likrati kala. B'nei Shabbati nikabala. Leka dodi likrati kala. B'nei Shabbati nikabala. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad. Hisha mi'anu el ham yuchad. Yeh Yahweh. Adonai echad u'shmo echad l'shem u'latiferet u'litahila. Leka dodi likrati kala b'nei Shabbati nikabala. Come, my friend, to meet the bride. Let us make I welcome the presence of the Sabbath. Leka dodi likrati kala b'nei Shabbati nikabala. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad. Observe and remember the Sabbath a day. Hishemi'anu el ham yuchad. The only air, true good, true God, cause I and I to hear in a single utterance. Yah, Yahweh, Adonai echad u'shmo echad. Jaja. We have Jaja in the Siddur, Yah, Jaja echad. Adonai is the one. Yahweh, Jehovah is the one. Yahweh echad u'shmo echad, and his name is one. L'shem u'latiferet u'litahila, to his renown and his glory and his praise. Leka dodi likrati kala b'nei Shabbati nikabala. Likrata Shabbat lekua w'nilcha ki hiya mikora habrata merosh mikedem nisucha sofa ma'aseh be'machshava techila. Come, make I and I go to meet the Sabbath, for it is a wellspring of blessing, of baraka. From the beginning, me'rosh. From of old, Mik Adam, it was ordained, last in production, first in thought. Leka dodi likrati kala b'nei Shabbati nikabala. Mik adesh meleka ira meluka. Umi elsi'i mitoka ha hefeka. Ravlach shaveta bi'imeka habaka. W'hu yachmol alayich chemlah. O sanctuary of our King, Mikadesh Melech, O regal city, Ira Meluka, arise, go forth from thy overthrow. Kumi Tzii Mitoka Ha-Hefeka. Long enough, Rav Lach, long enough hast thou dwelt in the valley of weeping. Rav Lach Shaveta Bi'imeka Habaka. Verily, he will have compassion upon thee. I. W'hu yachmol alayich chemla. Leka dodiya likrati kala b'nei Shabbati nikabala. Hita na ri meya afara kumi. Livashia bigdeya tif artecha ami. Al yada ben Ishaya beita ha lachmi kara illa nashia ge Allah. Shake thyself from the dust, arise, put on the garment of thy glory, Ami, O my people, through the son of Jesse, the Bethlehemite. Draw thou nigh, near to my soul, to my psyche. Redeem it, redeem her. Leka dodiya likrati kala b'nei Shabbati nikabala. Hita orari, kiyava orecha, kumi ori shira, dareri, kavoda yawa alaycha nigala. Arouse thyself, hita orari, arouse thyself, hita orari, for thy light is come, ki ba orech. Arise, shine, umi ori, awake, give forth a song. The glory of Jaja, the glory of Yahweh, of Jehovah is revealed upon thee. I, speaking to she.
Hitorri, Kiva, Orecha, Kumi, Ori, Shira, Dareri, Kovoda, Yawa, Alayecha, Nikala, Lecha, Dodia, Likrati, Kala, Pene, Shabati, and Nikavala. Lord, Tehoshi, will Lord, Tikalmi, Ma, Tisha, Tochechi, Ma, Tahaimi, Bacha, Yesu. Ye Ami with Nivaneta Ir Allah Tilaha. Be not ashamed, Lord Devoshi. Neither be confounded with Lord Tikalmi. Why art thou cast down? And why art thou disquieted? Ma Tisha Tochachi? Ma Tahimi. The poor of my people trust in thee. Bach, Jesu, Ami. Ami. The poor of my people, Ami, trust in thee. And the city shall be builded on her own mound. With Nibaneta ir Allah tilaha. Leka dodi alikrati kala bene shabati nikabala wehayua lima shisa sho saich we rachko akola me bala aich yasisa laich el haich kia mesosa khatana ala kala. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil. With hayu, lima shi sa, sho saich. And all that would swallow thee shall be far away. With rahaku kola ne bala aich. Thy God, thy true good shall rejoice over thee, as a bridegroom rejoiceth over his bride. Yasi salaycha Elohayich. Ki sosa hatan al kala leka dodia likrati kala b'nei shabati and nikabala. Yamin usa mol tifa rotzi. We'eta yawa ta eritzi al yad isha bena parzi we nisa mecha we nagila. Thou shalt spread abroad on the right hand and on the left. Yamin usmola tifarotzi. And thou shalt reverence, respect Jehovah. Jaja, we eta jaja, we eta yawa ta iritzi al yad isha ben parzi. Through the offspring of Perez, we, I and I also shall rejoice and be glad. We nisa mecha, we nagila, leka dotia likrati kala b'nei shabati nikabala. Bawi bishalom itareta ba ilaha. Kama be simcha uwa be ahala tok aimune amsugula bawi kala. Come in peace, thou crown of thy husband. Bawi bishalom itreta ba ilaha. With rejoicing and cheerfulness. Come, be simcha, uwa be ahala. In the midst of the faithful, of the chosen people. Tok, aimune, amnasagula. Bawi kala. Come, O bride. Bawi kala. Come, O bride. Bawi kala. Leka dotia likrati kala. B'nei shabati nikabala. Abala.
Senbet salam. Sabbath peace. Sabbath safety.
Senbet, peace. Rest safely. Rest. The true rest and peace is in Christos and in Him. Salam.
Shabbat shalom, Senbet shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom,
Bemezmor Dawid, Zitna Hule. Besma Abo, well, women fes Kadu, Sahadu Amla, Amen. Kiber the Kalu, Kiber the Tiltu, Kiber the Highland, Kiber the Sedamawi, Highland. Jah Rastafari. Ajaja way on way. Ajaja way on way. Hey, Senbet Selam, Shabbat Shalom. A song for the days of rest, yeah, inside your home. Senbet Selam, Shabbat Shalom. A song for the days of rest, yeah, inside your home. It is such a good thing, giving thanks and praises to the Most I JAH RASTAFARI. On the sultry, playing on the 10 string, showing love and kindness. Money till night, yeah. The brutish man will never know. Neither does the fool overstand his soul. Jah has made us triumph by the workings of our hands. Work and deep thought gives us purpose and a plan. Hey, Senbet Selam, Shabbat Shalom. A song for the days of rest, yeah, inside your home. And still, Senbet Selam, Shabbat Shalom. A song for the days of rest, yeah, inside your home. When the wicked grow like the grass, workers of their iniquity hate the righteous path. Rastafari scatter them like sand amidst the shore. Enemies perish when Jah's on high forevermore. But my heart shall you exalt like the horn of Africa. And I will be anointed with fresh oil, with fresh oil. Come on, well, yeah. Senbet Selam, Shabbat Shalom. A song for the days of rest, well, inside your home. And still, Senbet Selam, Shabbat Shalom. A song for the days of rest, well, oh well. Get caught in a dissonant mind. Used to be behind Babylon come with a different design, and still it's all the same. Better relax, sit and recline. His Majesty said unity and only Jah knows. Well, enough of them are the sick and the blind. You consider divine. Any place to together, all we call we I and I go. Sure. You find your bliss in a life. Your face look different this time. You find petition and prayer, balance with spiritual light. Rasta are Israelite. Where Babylon feel like trying to cut the branch, please let it grow. The root of David, he could only be so. Got to take it easy, please take it slow. Hey, Senbet Selam, Shabbat Shalom. A song for the days of rest, yeah, inside your home. Senbet Selam, Shabbat Shalom. A song for the days of rest, well, oh Im Negede Yehuda Machaber, Line of Judah Society, LOJS. Yeah! The Maui Highly Flat. I judge away, I judge away, yeah. Come on, well, I judge away,
Shabbat Shalom, Sunday Salam, right here. Going to the Kabbalat Shabbat, Kabbalat. Welcoming, receiving, Kabbalat Shabbat. Service right here on Shabbat Eve, TJIF, thank Jah. Yeah. Hallelujah. It is Friday right here, the Shabbat Eve right here. So after we go through, we had the Bar Kul, the Bar Kul et Yahweh right there, that call to worship. And we had the six Psalms from Psalm 95 to 99 plus Psalm 29. Then we went to the Ana B'Koach. I like to go through some of the different parts of the traditional service and how it's inspired, much of it by the scripts, by the scripture, and by the tribe. Then after that, we had the Lekad Dodi. There we had Ras Anbessa, Tafari, and Army Gideon with the Shabbat piece based on the Sabbath psalm. The psalm for the Sabbath day is, the evening psalm for the Sabbath day is Psalm 92. But the evening psalm for the Friday from the ancient tried and tradition is Psalm 93. But here in the welcoming, receiving, Kabbalat, welcoming, receiving of Shabbat, Kabbalat Shabbat. Here, we read the Sabbath psalm since it's the eve. Evening and morning is one day, and it says to Zakor and Shamor et Yom HaShabbat Lekadisho, to remember. In Exodus chapter 20, we have it as Zakor. Moshe here in the fifth book of Moshe, where we're at Devarim, he says Shamor. This is where in the Lekad Dodi, it says that observe and remember was like fused into one command, one word right there, to remember, call to mind. Zakor et Yom HaShabbat, the day of the Sabbath, the day. Moshiach Robenu Yeshua Hanotru, he says, are there not 12 hours in the day? So we get to understand time by the study of Torah, as the Shabbat is a memorial of the creation and also of the time and the season. So here we're at Friday, what they call in the West, the Gentiles call it Friday evening. But from Yahweh Eloheinu's, his order, from Bereshit, Genesis, we see that evening, the day begins with the evening, precedes the morning and that day. So here for the Shabbat Eve service, we read and ride out with Psalm 92, and then we seal up the Kabbalat Shabbat, the welcoming of the Sabbath, with Psalm 93. And then we have today's daily psalm. We're coming forward. First things first. Here, the Shabbat psalm for the Shabbat day, Psalm 92.
Psalm 92. It is a good thing to give thanks unto the Lord, and to sing praises unto thy name, O Most High, to show forth thy loving kindness in the morning, and thy faithfulness every night, upon an instrument of 10 strings, and upon the psaltery, upon the harp with a solemn sound. For thou, Lord, hast made me glad through thy work. I will triumph in the works of thy hands. O Lord, how great are thy works, and thy thoughts are very deep. A brutish man knoweth not, neither doth a fool understand this. When the wicked spring as the grass, and when all the workers of iniquity do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever. But thou, Lord, art most high forevermore. For lo, thine enemies, O Lord, for lo, thine enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. My horn shalt thou exalt like the horn of a unicorn. I shall be anointed with fresh oil. Mine eye also shall see my desire on mine enemies, and mine ears shall hear my desire of the wicked that rise up against me. The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of the Lord shall flourish in the courts of our God. They shall still bring forth fruit in old age. They shall be fat and flourishing, to show that the Lord is upright. He is my rock, and there is no unrighteousness, 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 no unright, 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 no.
מזמור שדה ב' מזמור שיר ליום השבת. טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון, להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות, עלי עשור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בכינור. כי שימחתני אדוני בפועליך, במעשה ידיך ארנן. מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני, מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך. איש בער לא ידע, וכסיל לא יבין את זאת. בפרוח רשעים כמו עשב, ויציצו כל פועלי אבן, להישמדם עד עד. ואתה מרום לעולם אדוני. כי הנה אויביך אדוני, כי הנה אויביך יאבדו, יתפרדו כל פועלי אבן. ותרם כרעם קרני, בלותי בשמן רענן. ותבט עיני בשורי, וקמים עלי מרעים, תשמענה אוזני. צדיק כתמר יפרח, כארז בלבנון יזכה. שתולים בבית אדוני, בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו. עוד ינובון בשיבה, דשנים ורעננים יהיו. להגיד כי ישר אדוני, צורי ולא עוולה תבוא.
Psalm 93. The Lord reigneth, he is clothed with majesty. The Lord is clothed with strength, wherewith he hath girded himself. The world also is established, that it cannot be moved. Thy throne is established of old, thou art from everlasting. The floods have lifted up, O Lord, the floods have lifted up their voice, the floods lift up their waves. The Lord on high is mightier than the noise of many waters, yea, than the mighty waves of the sea. Thy testimonies are very sure. Holiness becometh thine house, O Lord, forever, forever, forever.
מזמור צדקי אדוני מלאך גאות לבש, לבש אדוני עוז התעזר, אף תיקון תבל בל תמות. נכון כסאך מאז מעולם אתה. נעשאו נהרות אדוני, נעשאו נהרות קולם, יישאו נהרות דוחיים. מקולות מים רבים, אדירים משברי ים, אדיר במרום אדוני. עדותיך נאמנו מאוד, לביתך נאווה קודש, אדוני לאורך ימים.
Psalm 93. The Lord reigneth, he is clothed with majesty. The Lord is clothed with strength, wherewith he hath girded himself. The world also is established, that it cannot be moved. Thy throne is established of old, thou art from everlasting. The floods have lifted up, O Lord, the floods have lifted up their voice, the floods lift up their wave. The Lord on high is mightier than the noise of many waters, yea, than the mighty waves of the sea. Thy testimonies are very sure. Holiness becometh thine house, O Lord, forever, forever, forever,
מזמור צדקים. אדוני מלאך גאות לבש, לבש אדוני עוז התעזר, אף תיכון תבל בל תימות. נכון כסאך מאז מעולם אתה. נעשאו נהרות אדוני, נעשאו נהרות קולם, יישאו נהרות דוח ים. מקולות מים רבים, אדירים משברי ים, אדיר במרום אדוני. עדותיך נאמנו מאוד, לביתך נאווה קודש, אדוני לאורך ימים.
Of Zion more than all the dwellings of Jacob. Glorious things have been spoken of the O city of God. I'll make mention to Rahab and Babylon, to them that know I. With the old Philistine Tyre, with Ethiopia, it shall be said that this man was born there, and the highest himself shall establish the earth. Jah Rastafari.
For my next number, I'd like to return to the classics.
Oh,
Shabbat Shalom, send that salam right here for the TJIF. Thank ya. Thank ya. It is Shabbat Eve. 6 days work, at least 5 to 6 almost, you know. That rest comes in, that word of the command to rest, to cease from labor. That's what the Shabbat is a noun, Shabbat is a verb. All right, here for the TJIF, give thanks, friends. Shalom, Chaverim, shalom. So here we have a psalm, today's daily psalm. Today's daily psalm is Psalm 60. Right, to get into Psalm 60, there's a couple of interesting points. People speak about what they call the star, you know, people call what they call the Star of David. But here in the superscription, we want to check out the Shushan and the Shoshan connection, the lily. Also in today's daily psalm, near the fulfillment of the psalm, here in the Hebrew, in the Sefer Tehillim, we have Mizmor Samek. Samek, Hebrew alphanumerics, Samek, the Hebrew letter Samek has a numerical value of 60. So we refer to the psalm as Mizmor, the chant, Mizmor Samek. Mizmor Samek, fully enunciated Mizmor Samek, or basically Mizmor Samek. We have Psalm LX. And here in the Sefer Tehillim, the source to the book of the Tehillim for the praises, it's come from the same root as the hallelujah, come from the halal, to praise, to boast. The Sefer, the book, the cipher, the recounting, the telling, often interpreted as the book. Sefer Tehillim. We have it themed as in the shadow of defeat. In the shadow of defeat. Now, here we have the K&D on the screen right here to share this right here. The commentary, the one that we choose here is the K&D, or Colin DeLeach, right? Here it calls Psalm 60, Mizmor Samek, a drill song after a lost battle. Interesting, a drill song. You know, they call it drill, you know, drill music. But here, from the ancient, right, you have Psalm 60, in the shadow of defeat. But when it comes to fulfillment of the psalm, just a zoom ahead, KJV wise, it will be verse 12. There's a number difference with superscription. You know, superscription, the small type. Let's go over here just to show ones what we mean by that. So right here, you'll see it. Okay, we have the Strong's blue letter. We're using the software known as My Sword. But let's compare right here. All right, so these are some of the versions that we choose, and I study and even to share right here. So, okay, here we go right here. The HGPD kind of shows it the same way it is when we look at the manuscripts. So when we look at the HGPD, you'll see, okay, the first verse reading from right to left, Laminat Seyach ala Shushan Eduta Miktam le Dawita le Lamed. Then you see where it says 60 verse 2, right? 60 verse 2 where it says, Be hatzoto et aram naharaima we et arama tzoba, wayashaba Yoab, wayaka et edom begei melach, shenem asar aleph. Now, that part right there in the KJV and most King James versions of the Bible, that part will be like the superscription, you know, the superscription, that little small type after the psalm and the number, and before they put like verse 1, right? Verse 1. So that part there reads in the English the KJV, King James Version English translation, to the chief musician upon Shushan, sorry, right there. Thing just slipped off right there. Hold on for a moment. Okay, once again, Ani lechozer. I repeat right here. Okay, here goes. To the chief musician, Laminat ala Shushan, all upon Shushan Edut, often brought out as the lily of testimony. Shushan Edut, a miktam of Dawid, a golden composition of David to teach. Miktam le Dawid le Lamed. Le for to lamed. Lamed. Like the Hebrew letter lamed, right? The Hebrew letter the L, the Hebrew letter that's known as the Hebrew L called lamed. Also as a verb, it means to teach. Le lamed, to teach. When he strove with Aram Naharaim and with Aram Zobah, that part right there, Be Hatzoto et Aram Naharaim, Aram Naharaim, with et Aram Zobah, and with Aram Zobah, modern Hebrew, ve'et Aram Zobah. Aram Zoba, right? Zoba. When Joab smote, when Joab returned and smote. Wayashab, Wa and Yashab, and turning or returning Joab, and Joab returning, Wayashab Joab, or Vayashav Joab, Vayak, and he smote, Wayak, Eta Edom, and he smote Edom, or what one would say in the English Western pronunciation, Edom, and he smote Edom, Wayaka Eta Edom, Begeya Melach, in the Gay Malach. The Gay Malach, the valley is called Gai, right? Melach is salt. And then right here, this is all part of just a superscription, which is often avoided or just left on the side. It says right here, it says, Begay Malacha Shenaim, right? Shenaim Asar Aleph. Shenaim Asar Aleph. Shenaim. Now, Shenaim is interesting because it's actually, the Shenaim, bring that up right there. Shenaim, right? Point at Shenaim. Also, Shanaim, contracted Shanaim, or if it's in the feminine sense, Shetayim, right? We have two, right? The two, right? Two, right? Shanaim, the two. Asar is 10, right? So that you see right there next to 12, it has H 81:47 and H 62:40 in the order of the words in the Hebrew. Shanaim, right? Shanaim, Asar. So 2, 10, Aleph. So we have Aleph right there, right? Aleph, and then, or Aleph. Well, you see, sometimes it changes because in the flow of the speech, some things just smoothly glide in other words. Shanaim, Asar, Aleph, right? But as itself, apart from connection, construction, right? It is Aleph. The Aleph, right, is 1,000. Aleph also can be a leader. Also, what's interesting, the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet, also the Aleph, you can see is oxen. Aleph. Very interesting. Then we have Alaf, right? Alaf, to learn, right? To learn, to teach. Alaf. Notice the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet is called Aleph, right? The Aleph. A primitive root, right? Ethiopic, it's Afro-Shemitic, to associate with, hence to learn, right? In the causative sense, right? To cause somebody to learn, we call that to teach. So right here, just going down that point of reference there. So in the King James Version of the Bible, if you have a hard copy, you'll see that everything, the 2 lines. So those are 2 sentences, right? In the Hebrew, from the Hebrew perspective, both of them are the first, the superscription, first verse, second verse. And then when we get to the KJV first verse, that's actually Hebraically the 3rd verse. So I point that out because sometimes we're referring to have the manuscript in front of us, and then good thing we have the software here because can follow along and have both books together, just so that ones can get, to follow along. But here, in the shadow of defeat, or a drill psalm, right? A drill psalm, as we have in the Colin Delich, a drill psalm after lost battle. Now, these notes right here are very, very interesting to study. At one time, I would avoid those sort of things. You're like, yeah, people's talking. But then after a while, after you get that basic standing, you become curious. You desire more. And this is very good, like as far as putting it into context, what today's daily psalm is all about, the historical aspects of it, as well as the narrative aspects of today's daily psalm. You see the 2 Samuel where it points to the scripts, actually 2 Samuel 10 and 10. All right, let's get that last line right there. What's that last line? The fact that here in the psalm, the victory over the Edomites is ascribed to Joab. As it says in the superscription that we just read at the top, it says, Wayashab, Yoab, and Yoab, or Joab, and he returned, Wayak, and he yacked, and he smote at Edom. He smote Edom. So here the victory over the Edomites, right? The Edomites, how the scripture says, at Edom, over Edom, aka the Edomites, is ascribed to Joab. In the Chronicles, right, to Abishai or Abishai. Abishai contracted Abishai. Abishai. Now, what it's saying is that we get like two attributions. Now, remember, Chronicles was written after the return of HaYehudim from Babel, from Babylon, the Babylonian captivity. So Chronicles presents a later view of the earlier history, and what we have in Shemuel and Samuel and in Kings, was referred to as Kings, right? The book of Kings is the earlier narrative. So it says the fact that here in the Psalm, the victory, interesting, the word for victory Hebraically can be and is Yeshua. The difference between the name Yeshua, and for Ayin, Yeshua. Some of the Hebrews and Israelites, they say Yahweh Shai, it's a misreading of the Ayin. The Ayin is a hard A. Yeshua. But in the word for victory, so Yeshua as a name, but then we have Yeshua, the Hey, Yeshua, and as a plural, Yeshuot. So sometimes in the scripts, when talk about victory, right? Victory / salvation, right? So in the temporal sense, more or less, we could say victory, victory over the Edomites, over Edom, right? Or in a new covenant sense, Berit Chadash, or a kind of religious sense, we say salvation. So salvation equals victory, victory equals salvation, and it's connected with the word Yeshua. So the fact that here in the Psalm, the victory over Edom, right? Edom is ascribed to Joab in the Chronicles, right? In the Chronicles to Abishai, and in 2 Samuel, 2 Shemuel, to David. So check that. So someone say, oh, look, there's a contradiction. No, you need to study. Why is this? Right? Why is this? And some of the notes go into it. And if you follow up in the references, you'll be like, wow, really, really have to study. As Rabbi Shaul, a.k.a. the Apostle Paul, our brother, he said, study to shew ourselves approved. So this victory over the Edomites is ascribed in the Psalm here, right? This is a Psalm, right? A Miktam, right? Le David, Le Lamed. It's a Psalm of David, or a Miktam, a golden composition, Mak, Ketem, fine gold, Miktam. It's a composition, right, of David, Le Lamed, to teach. And here, he ascribes the victory to Joab. In Chronicles, written, you could say, after the 70 years in exile by the return Yehudim, even we, the black Jews of the line of the tribe of Judah, ascribed it to Abishai. And in 2 Shemuel, 2 Samuel, the victory is ascribed to David. Is a difference which may easily be reconciled by the consideration that the army, the Sava, or Sabah, where we get the root of Sabaoth, of armies, of hosts, Yahweh Sabaoth, the Sabah, modern Hebrew, Sava, right? The army of Dawid, the host of David, was under the supreme command of Joab. So David's army, was under the supreme command of Joab. And this battle in the Valley of Salt took place in a place called the Valley of Salt, in Hebrew, the Gay Melach, Valley of Gay Melach, of Salt, was fought against Edom, the Edomites, by Joab, indirectly through his brother, Achiv, his Ach. Let's go right here. Let's bring this out right here. Okay, here's the Hebrew. We'et yeter ha'am natana biyada Abishai Achio Wayaroka Likrata Bnei Ammon. Let's bring it out in the English right here. Let's get the KJV right here. And it says, and the rest of the people he delivered into the hand of Abishai, his brother, Abishai Achio, that he might put in array against the Bnei Ammon, the children of Ammon. So there's the connection right there. So some might look at that and say, ooh, it's a contradiction. It's a kind of a difference, right, without a whole lot of distinction. I mean, there's some details there, but they all are together. So it's like everyone is getting credit that was involved in the battle, right? The Hebrew perspective there, right? The inscription carries us into the time of the greatest, the longest, and most glorious of David's wars. Now, it's interesting because, we thought of like David fighting against some of the Canaanites and the Philistines and David and Goliath, and, and then he becomes king, and then, it's easy peasy. No, there were these really long wars, right, in that particular region outside of the area that people would say is the Levant or the territory of ancient Israel. It was all over that particular region, of Afro-Arabia. We call Afro-Arabia right there. But the greatest, longest, and most glorious of David's wars was that with the Ammon, the Bnei Ammon, right? Ben Ammon, right? Which, so far as these were concerned, ended in the second year of the conquest of Rabbah. Now, note that Psalm 21 connects with that. As we look here in the Sefer Tehillim, I'd like to get a PDF of this so we can show and share this. But here, let's just go to Psalm 21 just to share the superscription. Superscription in Psalm 21 means Mordekaf Aleph is thanksgiving for Yeshua, for victory. Thanksgiving is a Todah, right? Li Yeshua, a Todah Li Yeshua, thanksgiving for victory, right? And then if you look at Psalm Kaf, the 20th Psalm, it's a prayer, a tefillah before a battle. So to see how the Psalms and the superscriptions are very important because it connects other matters that give it a fuller and even a more rounder, but a fuller view, these Psalms right here, and even helps us when we get to learn how it was in that time, in that testimony, in that witness. It helps I and I, even in I and I times, I and I tribe. All right, so right here, we'll go through some of the details probably at another time, but just to kind of show this for some of the Haverim. Some of the Haverim would like to look into this. Since you talk about Edom, the Edomites, right? This was a very interesting, the neighboring and brother country, the Edomites call for vengeance against them, and how it connects with Psalm 44. But right here, let's go back to the basic. This is the basic right here. At the end, right? At the end of today's daily Psalm, right? Psalm 60, the last verse. Let's see, which verse would this be right here? Let's go right here. Let's do this right here. Okay, that'll be verse 12. So it's 2 verses over because the 2 verses of superscription. I'd like to touch on this right here where it says, through God, to Elohim, we will do valiantly, for he shall tread down our enemies. Now, most times we don't read, so much the italics, because when we check the Hebrew, those italics are not there. The majority of times, the overwhelming majority of times. Here it says, Belohim naaseh chayil. Belohim and Elohim naaseh chayil, or naaseh chayil. Be-Elohim and Elohim in the Creator, in the Judge, the Almighty, right? Belohim naaseh chayil. We will do naaseh. I and I will do naaseh chayil. Naaseh chayil. We will do chayil. Because some have said, well, chayil and chayil is not Hebrew and this and that and the next thing. But anyway, when you study to show yourself approved, you have the H2428, you have chayil. Now here in the KJV, it's brought out as valiantly, not violently, but the word chayil in such a case could be that, but in a more higher sense, valiantly, powerfully. For he, speaking of Yahweh Eloheinu, shall tread down our enemies. So here the Hebrew, Belohim naaseh chayil, whu, right? And he, whu yabus areinu, whu yabusas areinu, and he yabus, he will boost them. And that boost is like to big them up in that sense, right? In English, boost, you boosting something? No, but in Hebrew, the word boost, yabus. He will boost, he will tread down, reject, trample. Just missed something right there. Tread down, trample, the trampling of warriors. In a figurative sense, it's like a rejection, right? To desecrate, to what it says, to kick out, right? Yeah, interesting right there. Got to look into that. To trample, whether literally or figuratively, with who and he himself and none other, because who in the Hebrew is the pronoun, for he. So whenever we have the pronouns written, it's often an emphatic sense, with who and he and none else. With who, Yabus, Sareinu, I and I, SARS. What are the SARS? Right? I and I, adversaries, foes, enemies, but it comes from the word, right, to be narrow, tight, right? Can have a sense as an emotion of anxiety, like tightness, anxiety. Figuratively, that's to say trouble. So I want to point this out right here, the chayil right here. Let's bring that up again, the chayil. Now, chayil is interesting as it's translated according to the spirit, right? Not just the letter of the law, but the spirit of the law in a different way. Strength, might, can be efficiency. In the Joseph incident, when the friendly Paro, great house of Mitzrayim, said to Yawasaf Ayusef, and Safnat Pa'anki, said to Joseph, and if any of your brothers, if there's any men of ability, Anshe, men of Anshe Chayil, if there's any men of efficiency. But Chayil can also be wealth in a sense. Chayil, even in modern Hebrew, is one of the words referring to like the army. Chayil, right? Strength, ability, efficiency, wealth, force, also army. Strong's kind of breaks it down right here and gets to more or less the root sense, force, overpowering force, whether it's of men, means, or other resources, force, something that overpowers, right? Whether it's of men, you have that chayil, Hebraically. You have the means that can overpower, you have chayil. You have other resources that can overpower, like forcefully overpower, you have chayil. So here we have army, wealth, virtue, valor, strength. But the basic point right here is chayil, well, like shalosh and selassie is there in the Hebrew. But here, today's daily psalm right here, going to ride up with more on today's daily psalm, but just sought to give that kind of overview to today's daily psalm and just a little bit more of an overview here from the Sefer Tehillim. We went through the K and D just now, but in the shadow of defeat. A time of national humiliation is mirrored in this composition, right? In this composition, namely in the 60th Psalm. Here. Let's go to the first verse again. Let's just go light for right now. A time of national humiliation is mirrored in this composition. In the midst of a campaign, the army had suffered a reverse. The psalm, the Mizmor, reveals the humble mood of the people, hoping that Elohim would retrieve their fortunes or baraka, blessings, and shalom, and turn defeat into victory, Yeshua and Yeshuo, victories. Now, the title, as we pointed to a little bit earlier, it points to the Edomite War, Psalm 60, pointing to the Edomite War, in that David was engaged. And a particular incident here is singled out. That, however, tells of success rather than failure. Right? So it's a shadow of defeat. The psalm was probably said to be composed immediately before this exploit that turned the scale. So based on the study of the psalm, what was it written before? Was it written after? And I agree with that note right here in the notes from studying it, that the psalm likely was composed immediately before the exploit, the battle here, that had turned the scales. So before the composition of the psalm, it seemed, that's why it has a certain kind of I'm not saying a gloominess, but it has, a certain vibe right there. But you can see as you go through it in spirit, there's that turnaround and leads to that fulfillment verse that we just touched on. Belohim na'aseh chayil. We would do chayil, we would do powerfully, as they had done did. Right. Another interesting theme about today's daily psalm is in the first word, the first verse, Hebraically, is the Shushan Edut. Let's touch on the Shushan Edut. Here we have Shushan Edut. In the Hebrew, it's two words, but in the KJV, they have it all jumbled up as one word. Shushan, right? Edut, right? Or Shushanim Edut, right? Two ways of bringing it out. Shushan Edut and Shoshanim Edut. Shoshanim Edut. So as you can see right here, Shoshanim Edut or Shushan Edut means lilies. Well, BDB, I like it, but it's not full right here. BDB, Brown's Drivers Briggs, doesn't really bring it out fully right there. It actually means lily, right? Lily, a lily of testimony. The fuller is not just lilies, Shoshanim, lilies, right? Shushanim is lilies, but they didn't define Shushan Edut, because two words, Shoshanim, lilies, Edut. Edut. What is Edut? Edut is like a witness, a testimony, right? A witness, a testimony. Shushan, lily, singular, Edut, lily of the testimony. Now, it's interesting because many ones and ones would say, the whole Star of David kind of thing, and star. I guess so in English, in the Western world, when you make that kind of symbol, they usually say, oh, it's a star, but that doesn't mean that ancient people saw it quite like, right? So let's go over here for a moment, right? Something that we sought to touch on before, right? This is a little suitcase we have here. We call it Lily Star of David, just so that we can reference it and have some of the exhibits. Even the orientation, there's a certain orientation that we see of that particular symbol. But as we study it, even Ethiopically and elsewhere, we see a different orientation of it, right? How we see this so-called Star of David, right, based on our study, it represents the menorah. The menorah. What's the menorah? The menorah is often called falsely the candelabra. Properly, the menorah is the lampstand. Why do we say lampstand? Because in the Torah, it functions on zayit, katit, on oil, right? While a candle functions on wax. Now, that doesn't mean we can't use wax candles, but just for proper interpretation, it is not a candlestick because there's no candle. So he didn't say anything about any wax. He said oil. But when we look at the menorah, the lampstand properly, according to the description that we have in HaTorah, if you look at the symbol on the right-hand side, which is a different orientation of what others call the Star of David, you will notice like this is like a top-down view. If you look at this as a top-down view, you're looking at something from above, this would be the approximate arrangement of the menorah. How do we know that? Well, read what it says in the description. 3 branches on this side, 3 branches on that side, and then we have a center shaft, right? A center shaft. So some would say, well, the proper symbol is the menorah, right? And others will say the symbol is what they call the Star of David. But according to HaTorah, the two basically refer to each other, right? And this refers to the Shushan or the Shoshan. This refers to the lily. Now, on the left-hand side is outside the conquering line of the tribe of Judah, the palace right there. And as you can see right here, this is a different, more ancient, a different orientation of the same symbol, right? So everyone that used it, right, did not articulate the same shape in the quite same way, right? That particular symbol right there. But here, this is on the Shushan. Let's touch on this for the Shushan, right? The Shushan. So here's some symbols, a collection, because some people say, oh, that shape is satanic. I said, wow, it is, but it seems to be in creation. It seems to be in creation. You know, it seems to be like a fingerprint in creation. And you say it's, you know, satanic. You give that credit to the adversary. Even the beehive. You see the beehive? That core, that's the inner core shape. And then it's extended on its side, right? And then extending it on the sides, that hexagonal shape, right, creates the same, you know, sacred geometrical form, right? Now, the things of the Almighty can be used, right, for good, for tov, right, or for evil, for benefit or for harm, right? But let's go over here just to show this right here. This is where we want to get to with this right here before we get into today's Psalm. Here we go. Do you notice anything similar by that shape right there? Do you notice it? Let's take this one right here. This one actually, I think, brings it out. Do you notice anything by that particular shape right there? All right. One interesting thing about that shape, it does have the shape of what they call the 6-pointed star. All right. That particular shape right there. All right. That is the Shushan. Right. The Shushan. Let's go over here. Let's go back to our study right here. The Shushan. All right. Let's scroll down here right here. We have Shushan. So Shushan, in the Hebrew, we have it testified as Shushan. Right? Some and none say Shushan, Shoshan, Shoshan, Shoshana, 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 Shushan. Shushan, lily. Probably, right, they say any lily-like flower, or could it be also probably any lily-like shape? Seeing that Shoshan and the Shoshana has a very important testimony as we study it. Right? Not overly, but you'll see that it comes up in certain areas. And particularly here in Mizmor Samek, we have it right here, right? Shoshanim. And the Psalms that are also connected with it. Shoshanim is in the title of Psalm 45. Psalm 45 is theme of royal wedding or marriage psalm. And also Psalm 45 is coronation psalm for the conquering line of the tribe of Judah, Mount Haile Selassie, the coronation and the anointing, right, of the king and the crowning of the queen, right? Here we have right here. Now, notice here they say, well, in the parenthesis it says from its whiteness. Let's go on. As a flower or architectural ornament. You see that right there? Architecture. That means it's a flower. And then from man observing nature, the nature, right? He derives, we're inspired by the creation, of the creator, architectural ornaments. So that means that this shape, right, was used in architectural design, right? Not because of the adversary, but because of observation of the creator's creation, right? And also another interesting feature about the lily or the Shoshan, is also a trumpet. It symbolizes trumpet because when you look at the Shoshan, it has a tubular shape. Right? Let's go over here, right? And you see that there? And let's see if we can find a good picture of this. So you can see the Shoshan, but that tubular shape, that shape like the trumpet. Also, the pomegranate is interesting as well. And there we brought it out right there. Let's see, do we have it? I think we might have missed it up above the side. There we go, right there. There we have the tubular. You see the tubular shape? So when you look at this and you look at the chatzatzerot, right? Shitei chatzatzerot, the two silver trumpets, right? The two silver trumpets, they also bear this particular shape. And for ones listening to BTR or elsewhere, this is on the live stream, you can see the screen right there. So we're just making the case, right, that what is called the so-called Star of David, right, scripturally, biblically links that shape. The shape links with the lily, right, and can be testified in some interesting ways when we study the scripts. We're using today's daily psalm just as a point of reference, right, Shoshanim. And then let's go to the root. They say sus, right, sus, cease. What does sus and cease mean? Right, sus, cease. Right, sus, or enunciate as cease, right, means to exalt, to rejoice, right, to display joy, right, display joy. Primitive ancient root, to be bright. That is to be cheerful, right, to be bright, to be cheerful. So we have a lily, right. Let's go up here, what we had went over for a moment right here. Okay, lily, okay, that's at the root. Let's go back here for one moment. So here, this particular title, Shushan Edut. Shushan Edut. Instruction in the title of Psalm 60, as well as Psalm 80. They say the meaning is uncertain, but as we study, we get a more certain meaning. Now, this word is a noun masculine, right? It's said to be a noun masculine. We have Shushan, as we touched on, and the second part of the word is Edut. Edut, vocalized is saying it plain. Edut. Testimony, right? Testimony. So we have testimony. Now that right there, the word testimony is a noun feminine. Edut. Usually words ending with the tav, the t, right? Usually are feminine in Afro-Shemitic language. Usually. Here we have the root is from ed, right? Ed. What is ed? Eid, right? Fully enunciated as Eid, ed or Eid. Ed is like a witness, ed, right? Eid. Eid is a witness. Eid is a testimony. Eid is evidence of things. Eid, a witness. Witness of what? People, right? Just in this thing, the superscription right here, right? A witness, abstractly testimony, specifically a recorder. So something testified, right? Like an aid, right? Like say, if I'm testifying, I am the witness, right? However, if I bring some evidence, then that evidence is like testimony. You see, so the person will be called like the witness. Right? Can I get a witness? Right? Or the evidence would be the testimony. But according to the Hebrew, the aid is also a recorder. A recorder, that is to say, a prince, a recorder. And we have testimony. We have testimony in the scripture for that. Right? And now that comes from the root ood, right? Ood means to return, to repeat, to go around, return, to repeat, but also can have a meaning of to testify, to be a witness, to invoke as a witness, to admonish, to charge, to duplicate. But the word has a core meaning of to duplicate or to repeat. By implication, it can mean to protest or to testify, but to testify in the sense of reiteration. You're going over and over, like going ood, going over and over, intensively to encompass or to restore. Again, in the parentheses, it says as a sort of reduplication. So it gives us a deeper idea of like a witness and bearing witness, bearing witness and the sense of repeating, right? So here, testimony, get down to, okay, we went there, right there. Let's come back out of this right here. And so the second form being plural, edut, right? From, okay, this and this, from Shushan and from edut, these two words brought out as lily or trumpet, right? Lily or trumpet of assemblage. So the edut is also ohel, right? The ohel, the tent, ha-edut, the tent of the witness. So sometime in the scripture they call the tent of the witness. In fact, the Aaron, called the ark, the Tabot, the Aaron, it was first called the Aaron ha-edut. The Aaron ha-edut, edut. So the ark was first testified in Ha-Torah as the ark of the testimony of his testimony. But also the edut is when we come together, all of us together as like the edut, as the assemblage or the witnesses, right? Remember recorder and prince, right? The title of a popular song. So some bring this out as being here in the superscription of today's daily psalm, La Menatziach Ala Shushan Edut, Lily of Testimony. Now, this is the titles of Psalm 45, right? Of Psalm 69, right? Psalm 69 and Psalm 80 are to be compared. Compare these Psalms, Psalm 45, Psalm 69, and Psalm 80. It doubtless indicates the name of a melody, the name of a melody, the name of a melody, right? So as we even have today, musically, like on this dub, bring this dub, bring this, rhythm or melody. So rhythms and melodies, right? Even in ancient times, like in dub or roots or reggae, even have particular names. These rhythms have particular unique names to them. So here, let's actually continue here. We're already beginning with the Ale first, but because this psalm is a little different than other psalms, it has like two verses from a Hebrew perspective. That's a superscription that's often not touched on, often is avoided, right? Next word right here, La Menatziach Ala Shushan Edut, Miktam Le Dawid. So it's a miktam, right? It's a miktam, right? Let's bring it down to Strong's, an engraving, right? An engraving, like an inscription. Some call it like an inscription of David, but also interpreted as a golden composition. Let's see if we have this. Remember the golden psalm, miktam, right? This meaning comes from the fact that in Hebrew, ketem means like fine gold, right? Miktam. So like a golden composition, a golden song. And also, okay, that's in the verse right there. We'll come back to that. So the next, right, Miktam le Dawid of David. Dawid, what is Dawid? David means beloved, from Dod, right? Means loving, right? The loving. And in an interesting sense, it's related to the Ethiopic wadada or weddede, to love, wadada, as many of I Rastafari would say, but Dod can also mean uncle, right? Notice we had the Lekah Dodi, right? Now Dodi is like my friend in Hebrew, like my friend, but it also can mean my love, right? Because my friend is one who I love and one who hopefully love me in that sense right there. But here, Dawid's name, Miktam, golden composition of the beloved, Lilamed, Lamed come from Lamad, right? Lamad, right? Lamad mean like he learned, he taught, he exercising. But it's a root word right here, to learn, to teach, to exercise, right? Can be to learn, right? To teach, to be taught, right? Limud, the pu'al sense, right? Right. So we go down to here, we get the primitive root properly to gold. Now to gold. You ever see the shepherd's rod? You see the shepherd's rod? You know what the shepherd rod usually looks like, right? The khu and the heka and the khu in ancient Egypt, but the shepherd's rod. The shepherd's rod. And you know how the shepherd's rod, like a rod, can be used like to push along, or even the curved part to, pull back the sheep, as it were, but to goad along, like to prod in that sense. That is, by implication, prodding, by implication, is to teach. And then it says right there in the parentheses, the rod being an oriental incentive. Let me say orient, look to the east, the eastern, orient. In fact, Ethiopia is not really properly the Eastern Orthodox. Properly, Ethiopia and the other sister churches is the Oriental churches, the 5 sister churches, the Ethiopian Orthodox, the Coptic, the Syrian, the Armenian, and the Indian church. The 5 sister churches are known as the Oriental churches, and that means East. So the rod was an Eastern incentive, right? And this then comes down right here to the sense of to teach, right? To teach. In 2 Samuel 1 and 18, look at 2 Samuel chapter 1, verse 18. Let's go to this right here. I like to do due diligence. What is it again? 2 Samuel, 2 Samuel, 2 Samuel 1 and 18. Let's go right up here. 2 Samuel 1 and 18. Let's see what it reads right there. 2 Samuel 1 and 18. Get down to the KJV. Okay. Oh, wow, I was going to touch on the book of Jasher, right, and that counterfeit out there. But anyway, that's a whole other matter. Also, he bade them teach the children of Yehuda the bow. Behold, written in the book of Jasher. Wow, brought us right here, right? And he bade them to teach. Let's go right here. It's written in the writing of the upright, People take it as a name, but are the writings of the upright. Wa yomer le lame. Wa and yomer le for lame, to teach. B'nai Yehuda, to teach the sons of Judah, kashet, the bow. Hine, look, see, here it is. Ketuba, here it is, it's written, all upon Sefer, the Sefer, the writing, Hai Yashar. Actually, the Torah, is the writing of the upright. But be that as it may, right, of the upright, Yashar, of the upright. The problem with the book of Jasher is that the popular books of Jasher that's included even in some of the apocryphal compilations is actually a later day rabbinical writing. It's a rabbinical writing, actually. And not saying that it's wrong or bad just being rabbinical writing, but people think it's actually the ancient scripture. It's not. In that sense, it's a counterfeit. The proper book of the upright is like books like the Little Genesis, the Ethiopic book, Little Genesis, or the book of Jubilees, has a more accurate accounting, right? As well as even Enoch. But that being that, we'll touch on that as we move forward. But it's just interesting because we was in the Medi on bringing forth a reasoning about the book of Jasher. Just was getting some studies, going over notes, and trying to just simplify it, for dissemination. But here, today's daily psalm, let's deal with the next line, and then we'll try to breeze through the verses right here. The next part right here of today's daily psalm, where are we? We're at verse 2, where it says, Be Hatzoto et Aram Naharaim et Aram Soba. Yashaba Yoab Wayak et Edom Begay Melach. Shenem Asar Aleph. So we have Aram. Let's go scroll down here right here. We have Aram Naharaim. This means the Aram, right? Aram Naharaim, the Aram of the 2 rivers, or ancient Syria, Assyria of the 2 rivers. This is the land between the Euphrates and the Haboras, right? Then we have another place name right here. We have Aram, right? Aram Soba, Aram Sova, Aram Soba. This is a country to the northeast of Damascus, between the Orontos and Euphrates. They are mentioned together in First Chronicles chapter 19, verse 6, as having combined against Dawid. So to understand this psalm, this superscription, and the true context of today's daily psalm, check out the references, First Chronicles chapter 19, verse 6, because these two, Aram Naharaim, the Aram of the two rivers, and Aram Soba, right? What is Aram Soba, right? Let's bring this out right here. Soba. Soba, an exalted station. Some say an exalted conflict. Let's bring out the word Soba. Soba, Soba. Soba means station. Soba, right? It says the name of a portion of Syria that Hebraically is known as Aram formed a separate kingdom in the times of Shaul, Dawid, and Shlomo and Solomon, located northeast of Damascus, right? So right here, station, and Aram of the station, right? Aram of the station. Let's bring that out right there. So these two, they combine against Dawid, right? Next part right here, the Gay Malach, right? The Gai, right? Look at gay, but Gai is valley, a steep valley, Gai, right? In Hebrew, Gai, right? Gaia Melach, the valley or the gorge. It's like a deep gorge from its lofty sides, hence it's narrow, but it's not a gully or a winter torrent, right? But it is a valley, and this valley was the Gai Melach is salt, right? Melach, salt powder, salt as easily pulverized and dissolved, salt. What about the Gai Melach? The Gai Melach was situated in the region of the Dead Sea, what's called the Dead Sea. In 2 Samuel chapter 8, verse 13, it reads, and it's recorded, and Dawid got him a name. So in 2 Samuel chapter 8 and 13, it says, Dawid got him a name. He got him a Shem. We said the Hashem, the name. He got him a Shem, a name, a reputation, a name. When he returned from smiting the Arameans in the Gai Melach, in the Valley of Salt, even 18,000 men. Even what? 18,000 men. This is 2 Samuel chapter 8, verse 13. If this is the episode referred to, a twofold seeming discrepancy may appear. In the heading of the psalm, today's daily psalm means Mor Samek, right? In the heading of the psalm, the success is ascribed to Joab, and there is a difference in number. So here it says 12,000, in 2 Samuel says 18,000. So if harmony is to be established between the psalm and the recorded, the Hebrew history, we must now look at while David, right, one might say suppose or align this here, that Dawid was engaged in conquering the Syrians, the Arameans. The Edomites took the opportunity of raiding the south. And this can be testified to in the scriptures, right? And also some bit of what ancient history we can find. That while David was engaged with the Arameans, then the Edomites took set, and he took the opportunity of raiding from the south. And they gained a substantial victory that for a time caused panic. So Dawid is over here banging on the Arameans, but the Edomites are watching all this, right? And the Edomites, the Arabs, the Edomites, they take opportunity, right? They take opportunity, and this caused a lot of panic. But that Dawid, like an able general, remember Dawid is like the general, he was not taken off his guard. But as it says in 2 Samuel chapter 8, verse 13, he got a Shem. He got a Shem. He got a name, a rep, for the masterly way in that he defeated both enemies. Right? See, he used Joab and Abishai. Right? You know, you could say his brethren, his fellow Shiloshim, you know, his mighty men. David has the 30 mighty men. Right? He vanquished Aram himself. and he dispatched Joab. So after he vonked Aram, right, Aram Naharaim, Aram Tzobah, then he sent forward, he dispatched Joab at the critical moment to overthrow the Edomites, right, the desert dwellers, the Arabs, the desert dwellers. The disagreement in the number may be due to a difference in two versions of the narrative, right, to two versions. But basically this part, it lines up when we look at it, Hebraically, and we do due diligence. Although one can imagine, one can imagine a contradiction. But here, gonna ride up a first this right here.
Psalm 60. O God, thou hast cast us off, thou hast scattered us, thou hast been displeased. O turn thyself to us again. Thou hast made the earth to tremble, thou hast broken it. Heal the breaches thereof, for it shaketh. Thou hast showed thy people hard things, thou hast made us to drink the wine of astonishment. Thou hast given a banner to them that fear thee, that it may be displayed because of the truth. Selah. That thy beloved may be delivered. Save with thy right hand and hear me. God hath spoken in his holiness. I will rejoice. I will divide Shechem and mete out the valley of Succoth. Gilead is mine, and Manasseh is mine. Ephraim also is the strength of mine head. Judah is my lawgiver. Moab is my washpot. Over Edom will I cast out my shoe. Philistia, triumph thou because of me. Who will bring me into the strong city? Who will lead me into Edom? Wert not thou, O God, which hadst cast us off, and thou, O God, which didst not go out with our armies? Give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of man. Through God we shall do valiantly, for he it is that shall tread down our end, tread down our end, tread down our end, tread down our end.
מזמור סמך למנצח על שושן עדות, מכתם לדוד ללמד, בהצותו את ארם נהריים ואת ארם צובה, וישוב יואב ויח את אדום בגיא מלח, 12 א'. אלוהים זנחתנו פרצתנו, ענפת תשובב לנו. הרעשת ארץ וצמת, רפה שבריה חימת. הראית עמך קשה, השקיתנו יין תרעלה. נתת לרעך נס להתנוסס, מפני קושת סלע. למען יחלצון ידידיך, הושיע ימינך וענני. אלוהים דיבר בקודשו, אעלוזה אחלקה שכם, ועמק סוכות המדד. לי גלעד ולי מנשה, ואפרים מעוז ראשי, יהודה מחוקקי. מואב סיר רחי, על אדום אשליך נעלי, עלי בלשת התרועעי. מי יובילני עיר מצור, מי נחני עד אדום. הלא אתה אלוהים זנחתנו, ולא תצא אלוהים בצבאותינו. הבה לנו עזרת מצר, ושב תשועת אדם. באלוהים נעשה חיל, והוא יבוס צרנו, 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 צרנו.
So here, KJV wise, this will be the first verse in the King James. We spent some time on the superscription, the inscription, going into some details in the context right there. So the part where it says, "Oh God, thou hast cast us, I and I, off. Thou hast scattered us, I and I. Thou hast been displeased, the eye has been displeased. Oh, turn the eye self to us, to I and I again." Right here, the Hebrew. Elohim zenachtanu aferatzatanu. Anafta tishovei lanu. Tishobeb lanu. O turn thyself to us again, O restore us again. Now it's interesting, Hebraically, this can be brought out as Elohim, O creator, O judge. Elohim, zenachtano, right? Zanach, to cast off, to reject, zenach, right? Zenach anu, I and I, zenachtanu, right? Zenachta anu, zenachtanu. The I has cast us off, has rejected, has spurned, I and I. Elohim zenachtanu. Here we see Psalm 44, around about the 9th to 10th verse. Defeat was interpreted as the withdrawal of Elohim's favor, Yahweh Eloheinu, I and I, Elohim's favor and help. So defeat and victory, Yeshua, right? Teshua Teka, right? The I, Yeshua, salvation, victory was understood to be the effect of his favor, right? His grace, his favor, and his aid. So right here to the opening word, Elohim zenachtanu, feratztanu. Here the KJV says, thou hast scattered us, feratztanu. The I has paratztanu, break through, broken down, broken over, breached. This word for breach, right? A breach. You know, when he says, Yahweh says he will break forth on them, this idea of breaking out. In many applications, direct, indirect, can be literally or figuratively. Another way of bringing this out is that thou hast broken us down. The I has broken us down. But the literal sense, feratztanu, is the I has made a breach in us. The I has made a breach, Tanu has made a breach in Anu, in I and I and I and I, so that we are exposed to the assaults of the attackers. Thou hast been displeased. Anafta comes from anaf. And we're talking about like anger and af, the nostrils, the nose, af, and breathing and rapid breathing and passion, how this is interpreted from the Hebrew to breathe hard. Anafta. This can be brought out as being displeased, but Hebraically can also be the I has been angry. Anafta, the I, male, none other, has been angry, has breathed hard. That is to say, be enraged. Anafta. Then we say tishobei, shuv, to turn, return. Tishobei, in the sense of tishovev lanu, tishobei lanu, has the sense of restoring. Restore I and I again. Here. Let's go to the Beit verse, KJV wise, the second verse right here. Thou hast made the earth to tremble. Thou, the I, has broken it. Heal the breaches thereof, for it shaketh. Here ashta eretza, piram, pitsamta, refa, shibareha, ki mata. Here, right, here ashta. You have Ra'ash, quake. Cause her to quake. Eret. You've caused the Eretz, right? You've caused the earth, right? Earth, feminine, Eret. You've caused the earth to quake. You've caused the earthquake. Here, Ashta, Eret. Pitsamta, right? To split, to break open, to crack, to split, to rend, like to rip. Pitsamta, rifa from Rafa. Rifa is a command to heal. Rifa. Speaking to he who be who you be, to heal. Rifa, to heal. Rifa, shivareha, shibar, right? Her shibar. right? The sheber, the breaking, the fracture, right? Sheber, right? Fracture, right? Fracture, the ruin, right? Ki for mata, ki mata. It's moat, right? To tada, to slip. Ki mata, for she shakes. Mata, to say like for she shaking. So about the earth is shaking and quaking. Thou hast made the land, more correctly here, thou hast made the land to tremble. The eye has made the land to tremble. Here ashta eretz. The psalmist and I, right, applies to the country in defeat. So the country being defeated, right? This is what happens. The likeness here is what happens during an earthquake, right? An earthquake. The land, it trembles, right? The walls of buildings are split asunder and crash to the ground, right? So here, you know, in the effect, this seeming defeat was like an earthquake. Here, ashta ereta pitsamta. The eye has broken her. The eye has split her. Really, pitsamta. The eye has split her. The eye has split her. Heel, right here, rifa, shibareha, her. Right, her splits, her breaks, right, heal the breaches, right, heal the breaches thereof. Repair the devastation caused by the invader, right, when Edom tried that slick stuff, you know, that was like, you know, a breach, a big breach. Rifa shibareha, ki mata. For she, the land, and everybody in the land, like we are people of the land, right? So the invader invading our land is like causing an earthquake in I land, right? And we're attributing this to Yahweh allowing the enemy to even get that far, right? Here to the Gimel verse. The Gimel verse, Hebraically right here, according to KJV, thou hast shewed thy people hard things. Thou hast made us, I to drink the wine of astonishment. Here, the Hebrew. Hirita. You re'ah. Remember for the re'eh, right? To see, right? Hirita, causing to see, right? You causing to see. Hirita. Amika, the I am in Hebrew. The am is the people. Amo Yisrael, the people, the congregated unit, right? Yisrael, right? Amika. Here ita, Amika, Asha, Hishak itanu, Yayin Tar'ela. The wine, the Yayin is wine, Yayin Tar'ela, the wine of astonishment, or rather in the Hebrew, the wine of staggering, right? The wine of staggering, the wine of Tar'ela, of reeling to and fro. What do we have right here? Well, he shewed I and showed them these hard things, right? Hirita Ameka, right? The kasha, kasha, right? The kasha, hard, difficult things. Kasha, hard, cruel, right? The Edomites had broke through. You know, severe thing. This is very severe. This is a breach, right? And by doing so, thou hast made us to drink. Thou hast made us hishkitanu. Hishkitanu come from shaka. Shaka is to give drink. Shaka is like to irrigate, to drink, right? To cause to drink water, right? To quaff, right? To quaff thirst, right? To irrigate or furnish a portion. Hishak itanu. You have caused anu in Hebrew, anu for I and I. Hishak itanu. You cause anu, I and I, right? To drink what? The yayin, the wine, yayin, right? Wine, right? Effervescence, the wine, by implication, the intoxication, right? The yayin tar elah, the wine of astonishment, more better ta'ela, of reeling, of staggering. Again, we have this idea of the wine of staggering, right? The wine of astonishment. Yayin ta'ela, yayin ta'ela, right? Again in Yeshaya, Isaiah chapter 51 and 17, right? Chapter 51 and verse 22. In Jeremiah chapter 25 and 15, where the yayin ta'ela, the wine of astonishment, the wine of reeling, of staggering, is called the cup, the chalice, the cup, the chalice of my fury. As a person is overcome by drink, so what is brought out here is a sense of the spirit of, as a person is overcome by drink and reels to and fro in his stupefaction. So the nation, all anu, anachnu, right, having been made to drink of the cup or the chalice of his displeasure, drink the yayin ta'ela, and now we are staggering, we are reeling to and fro helplessly. This here brings us to the next section right here, right, the fourth, right, KJVY is the fourth verse. So this would be like from the fourth verse to like the 10th verse, this section. The hope of victory, the hope of Yeshua and Yeshuot, of victories, and Eloheinu, Ainai, Elohim's assurance. Once again, note here in the season, we have these Elohim psalms, psalms of the Creator, psalms of the Judge, psalms of Yahuwah. We say to him, your honor. Thus, the Elohim reference right here. So some might seek to replace the Elohim name for another name. You are taking the name in vain. You don't understand why the Elohim, right, title or attribute is here, because of what is being invoked to the Creator and to the Judge, right, Hashofet. So here, this section dilate, right, to the 8th verse, the hope of victory in Yahweh Eloheinu's his assurance. Thou hast given a banner to them that fear, that reverence thee, that it may be displayed because of the truth. Selah, 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 an interlude, diasoma. Here the Hebrew, natata, natata. You have Natan, right? Speaking directly to he who be, natata, 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 li re'eka, li re'eka, li yire'eka, all together now, li re'eka, to those that reverence. Here, Yareh. Right? They have fearing, but more correctly, like reverence, right? Morally speaking, the true morality, reverence, who reverence the I male. Li re'eka, nace, nace, nace is banner, nace, a banner, right? Even the banner of Yehuda Moa Anbes, the lion of the tribe of Judah. The banner is something lifted up, the nace, a standard, a signal, a sign pole, an ensign, a banner, right? A banner. Right, even the banner of Aryeh Mi Yehuda, of the Lion of Judah, the flag. It's like a sail, a flag staff. Generally, this is taken to be a signal. In the figurative sense, it's a token, but it brings out a good translation right here. Nace lehita noseis. Now, here's the beauty of the Hebrew. Lehita noseis, right? Lehita noseis. So the nace, right, is the banner. Right, the banner, the standard, lehita noseis, to noose. So nace is the noun and noose is the verb. To flee, to escape, but lehita noseis has a sense of to flit, to vanish, but it's like to wave. It doesn't really bring it out so well right there. It's in lehita noseis, a hitpael sense, like a back and forth. So like a banner that it may be displayed. Like waved in that sense. It may be waved. Nace, listen, nace, lehit, noseis, noseis, right? Noseis in the new sense. Nace, lehita, noseis, a banner that it may be bannered, to literally translate the sense of it. A banner that it may be bannered. A flag that it may be flagged, right? You know, to wave it about. Nace, lehit, noseisa, mi pnei, mi from pnei, from the face, Koshet, mi panei koshet, mi panei from the face because of Koshet. Now Koshet is interesting. Koshet, like the kashet, Koshet is a bow, like a bow, you know, like a bow and arrow, like the bow. But it also can mean truth and balanced verity. And you say, well, how can the word for bow and the word for truth, this special use of this word Koshet, be linked together? Another way of bringing it out is that in order to draw the bow, right, and a good archer, a good aimer, you have to balance it. You know, that's why it says balanced verity, balanced truth. You know, the balance, equity, weighed. You know what I mean? But in this sense, brings out the sense of reality. But it's an interesting something right here. You know, the Koshet, right? Because of the Koshet, Selah, right? Now the Selah is the interlude, lifting up the music or lifting up the suspension of music or going to the bridge in that sense to meditate on this idea right here. So what do we have? A banner he has given, right? Natata lireika nesa lehita noseis. Thou hast given a banner to them that reverence, that respect thee. In the choshek, the disillumination or darkness of the nation, the Beta Israel, Beit Yisrael's humiliation in the context of today's daily psalm, Mizmor Samek, the psalmist and I perceives a ray of hope, of tikwa, hatikva, right? Tikwa, by reflecting upon the past. Yahweh Eloheinu had summoned the Beit Yisrael, the Beta Israel, the house of Israel, who acknowledged his sovereignty. This is the key, right? He summoned Yisrael, and it is Yisrael who acknowledged Yahweh Eloheinu's his sovereignty, and to his abodato, his service, and so to speak, presented them with the banner of his cause. So in this context, Dawid is bringing out that because we acknowledge Yahweh Eloheinu's sovereignty, and we've been called to his service, and therefore, so to speak, we have been presented by him with a banner of his cause, that I and I are to hold aloft, even the banner of Yehuda Moa Anbesa, Aryeh Mi Yehuda, for the purpose of guiding other peoples to the Koshet, to his truth, to his balanced verity, which in another way of saying is like his bow, right? His bow, balance, equity, weighed, reality, certainty, truth. Right there, here, the hay verse right here. Now this continues the idea from the previous verse, because after the Selah still picks up in the same iris, that thy beloved, so that it may be displayed because of truth. Why? That thy beloved may be delivered, save thy right hand, and hear me, Lima'an, Yachalsun, Yedideka, save thy Yedid. Remember, Solomon had a name, Jedidah, right? Solomon was called by, was it Natan? Yeah, Natan, I think it was Nathan. Yeah, he was called the beloved, given the name the beloved, right? Yedidiah, right? Yedidiah, the beloved of Yah. Yedidiah comes from Yedid, right? So beloved here is Yedid, loved one, right? So in the Hebrew is enunciated as Yedideka, the I, speaking to Yahweh Eloheinu, the I, male beloved, Yedideka, lima'an, so that Yechalsun, right? Halat is to like remove, to draw out, but it can also be to equip for war, to rescue. So when it says delivered, this word, halat, has a sense of to be delivered, but it also in the Hebrew can have a sense of being equipped. You arm for war, and this is the way of you rescuing him. You equip. So it has a twofold: to be armed, right? Yechalsun, to be invigorated. Yechalsun, but also can have a sense of pulling off, pulling apart, deliver. So you see right there, it says by implication, to deliver, to equip, to deliver, to equip for fight. The context of the halat, deliverance, is to equip for fight. Lima'an, so that banner being raised and being waved. Lima'an, so that yechalsum, being armed, equipped, yidideka, the eyes beloved. And then here, second part of this line, Hoshia, all right? Hoshia, save from Yasha, liberate, save. Notice what it says, save from the Yasha, to be saved in battle. That means to be victorious in a battle, right? Here, Hoshia, Yaminka, save with thy Yamin, thy right hand, right? The south is, the word Yamin can mean right, is right hand, but that's also the south, as a direction to south, because the direction of the right hand when you're facing the east, then on your right hand is always the south. So he's saying save the south, or save with thy right hand, right? Save thy south. Notice the Edomites had invaded from where? From the Yemen, from the Yemen, from the south portion of the land. They invaded from the south portion. That's why the word with is not there. You see the word with, italics, it's not there, right? So when you read it out, it might seem a little odd, but as you study the Hebrew, like, oh, this is what it's saying. Hoshia, Yemin Ka, Wa Anenu, Va Enenu, Wa Enenu, Wa Anen, Wa Anenu, Wa Eneni. Now we have a kind of a kere ketib right there. Wa Enenu, Wa and Aneni, save me, Wa Anenu, save us. Aneni, save, slikha, answer, my bad, answer. I was saying save, so on the save part. Anna, from Anna, right, to respond. Aneni, answer me, respond to me, right? Anenu, respond to I and I, Aniva, Ani. What do we have right here? That thy beloved may be delivered. That thy beloved may be delivered. Lima'an, Yechalsun, Yedideka. By recognizing the Beta Israel as his standard bearers, right? In particular, the tribe of Yehuda as the standard bearers, he, it's to say he who he be, Yahweh Eloheinu, had displayed ahabto, right? Ahabato, his love, right? His love for them and for I and I. Upon the fact, right? Upon that fact and this fact, the psalmist and I bases I and I plea. This is where the plea is based on. This whole plea here for that victory. Lima'ana yechalsun yedideka hoshia yemineka wa anenu wa aneni. Here. Grant victory, save, Hoshia, save, or grant victory, thy right hand, and answer me, wa enenu, and answer us. The right hand. More on that in Psalm 17, around about the 6th to 7th verse. Right here to the wow, the va verse, the wow way verse, the 6th verse, KJV wise. Here. It says, Elohim have spoken in his holiness. I'll rejoice. I will divide Shechem and mete out the valley of Sukkot. Very interesting, this line here. Let's get into this right here. Bring up the Hebrew. Elohim dibera b'kadsho. Eloza achalka Shechem ve'emeka Sukkot amaded, and the valley of Sukkot, another kind of valley here, the Emek ve'emeka Sukkot amaded, I will portion out. Now here the remainder of the Mizmor, the remainder of today's daily psalm, Mizmor Samek, it occurs again as the second half So this original psalm was adopted later on for liturgical, for congregational worship in Psalm 100, in Psalm 108, CVIII. The remainder, the second half of today's daily psalm from here. Elohim spoke in his holiness, right? Elohim diber. Elohim diber spoke big Kadisho in his set apartness. He made a promise, a yea, amen, amen. The guarantee of Yahweh's word is what? Is his attribute of Kedusha, set apartness here, big Kadisho, in his Kadisho, his set apartness. That rules out any possibility of the pledge remaining unfulfilled. Elsewhere, Yahweh Eloheinu, Einai Elohim, is said to swear. Elsewhere, Yahweh Eloheinu is said to swear b'Kadisho, by way of Kadisho, his set apartness. We have this in Psalm 89, round about the 35th, 36th verse, and in Amos chapter 4, verse 2. He says, I will rejoice, or in the KJV, I will, exalt. Exalt is a little more better. Allah's. It has the word Allah's. Allah's is to rejoice. Allah's. And there's other words for joy, but what makes this word right here for joy a little different than the other words for joy? It says, eloza, from Allah's. Allah's means to jump for joy. So it's joy that, there's that joy when you're really joyful, you feel like jumping, right? So this is what is being said here. Elohim, diber b'Kadisho, eloza. Elohim spoke in his holiness. Now here is like now a quote of he who be who he be. Eloza, right? I will exalt, I'll rejoice. This translation, right? In some translations, understand the I here to be Dawit. There's nothing corresponding, right? In some translation, they say that I would exalt, right? In the Hebrew. And a better rendering is, I will exalt, I will jump for joy, I will divide. Eloza, eloza, I will jump for joy, I will jump for joy. Ahalka from halak, to divide, like dividing a share, dividing a portion. And when the tribes were divided their portion, their chelek, right, their portion, according to lots. Right here, Ahalka, Shechem. A more bringing out, I will exalt, jump for joy, I will divide. The subject here being Yahweh Eloheinu. In this sense, the verse continues the poet's and Dawid's reflection upon the past. He and I recalls the time when Yahweh Eloheinu was the Beta Israel's ally, Yisrael's ally in the conquest of the Canaanu, the Canaan land. Picturing him, Yahweh Eloheinu, as the leader of the Sabaoth, Yahweh Sabaoth, who assured the people victory, Yeshuot, and victories, telling them, I will exalt in the overthrow of the enemy and apportion his land to you. Eloza, Ahalka, Shechem, Mecca, Sukkot, Amaded. Here, the Shechem. What is Shechem? Shechem is the back, is the shoulder. Shechem. Now, Shechem is a name. It appears in a few places. The back, the shoulder, the ridge. Representing the territory west of the Yarden. So when we look at the historical context, this would be the west side or the west of the territory west of the Jordano, so the Yarden, the Jordan. What about Sukkot? Sukkot is a season that's coming up, is booths, huts, tabernacles, Sukkot. But there's a place called Sukkot, the first stopping place for the Israelites when they left Mitzrayim, but it literally means booths and huts, right? But Sukkot is the land to the east side. So the land to the west side of the Jordan is the Shechem, the back, the shoulder, Shechem, right? To the east side was the Sukkot, Here, picking up the Zion verse right here, the Zion verse right here, 7th verse. Gilead is mine, Manasseh mine, Ephraim also the strength of mine head. Yehuda, Judah is my Lord giver. Right here. Li, Gilead, Wili, Manasseh, with Ephraim, Ma'oz, Roshi, Yehuda, Mechokeki, Yehuda, Mechokeki. Yehuda is my scepter, right? Yehuda is my scepter. What do we have here? First, we have Gilead, right? Here, the order of the words is Li. Li means for me. Li Gilad, the rocky region. Li Gilad. What does Gilad mean? Right, getting to the root, right? Galied, a witness heap. Check it. Galaid, right? And Gilead, relating to the witness heap. Like a heap of stones sometime was that way. Now the land of Bashan that was inhabited by part of the tribe of Manasseh was known as Gilead. So it says, Li Gilead, Wili, and for me. Li, Gilead, Veli, Manasseh, and Manasseh, right? Manasseh, causing to forget, the meaning of Manasseh, to cause to forget. Manasseh, causing to forget, right? Manasseh is mine. It goes on to say, we're Ephraim, and Ephraim, we're Ephraim, Ma'oz, Roshi. We're Ephraim Ma'oz Roshi. He is the Ma'oz. He is the Ma'oz, Oz, strength, a strong place, a fortified place, a strong place, like a fortress. Ma'oz Roshi. He's the Ma'oz of Roshi, of my Rosh. Rosh, right, is the word for head right there. But to say my head, Roshi, right? He is the Ma'oz, the strength of my head, right? The defense, the sense of it in the Hebrew sense, like the defense of my head. And then it connects Yehuda, Mechokeki. Mechokeki. Yehuda Mechokeki. And Judah is my scepter. Here you have the Hakak, to engrave, to cut. Hakak, right? One who decrees laws, engraving. And this goes back to the time like hack. Hakak come from the word to hack, but it's connected to the sense of engraving, of scribing laws, right? It says laws being cut in stone or metal tablets in primitive times, prescribed, like say the prescriber. Mechokeki also is brought out later on as scepter. But first, let's touch on Ephraim and Yehuda. Ephraim and Yehuda, right, were the two most powerful tribes in the Canaan, the Afro-Canaanite lands, or the Canaan land. Ephraim and Yehuda. The former, Ephraim, a particularly warlike tribe. Ephraim, speaking like the 10, and later on the 10 tribe, but Ephraim was a particularly warlike tribe. It's described as the main defense of the whole country as it was situated towards the north, where Syria was, ancient Assyria, Ashuria, right? Being to it the protection that a helmet is to a warrior's head. So based on the positioning of the tribes, Ephraim was like the buffer zone, was like the main defense. And then Yehuda, Judah celebrated. Yehuda means it's Yehuda, not really Yahuda, because Yehuda is to say celebrated, praise, celebrity, right? Celebrated, praise. Yehuda, Mechokeki. What is Mechokeki? It's alluding to Jacob's baraka, Jacob's blessing in Bereshit in Genesis chapter 49 and 10. The scepter Mechokek, is the emblem of the ruling power. And in Yehuda, in Judah's capital, Yerushalayim, was the seat of government, where the seat of government was located, and with Dawid, it was at the castle of Zion. So in the later verse, mine and mine, as we have this verse come out again, it will relate to Yahweh, right? Eloheinu, the reference right here. But here, let's go on. We have the 8th verse, the Chet verse, the 8th verse right here. Moab is my washpot, over Edom will I cast out my shoe. Philistia, triumph thou because of me, right? Triumph. Now, this is an irony. I'm happy that the translators note bring this out. Took me a while to kind of get it, but thanks to the Holy Spirit, I got it. The triumph here over me is like an irony. It's like a pun, right? Sometimes Hebrew has some puns there, right? You know, here we have Sirachsiya ale edom ashlika na ali alaya pilasheta hita ro'ai. Alai upon I, Pileshet, right? Palestinian, Pileshet. Hita ro'ai. Interesting. Ruah, make that sound of triumph. Moab is my washpot. Moab, right? That's just that part right there. Moab, right? Moab, Seir, Rachsi. Moab, right? Moab is Seir. Seir is a pot. Seir, right? Also thorn hook, but in this sense, a pot boiling up, thorn springing up. Pot, right? Seir, right? Seir, Rachsi from Rahat. Rahat is like to wash, right? So the Seir Rachsi is like my wash pot. Over Edom. If Yahweh Eloheinu donated the lands named in the preceding verses to the Beta Israel, he likewise controlled the destiny of the countries here designated. And he decided that they should be reduced to an abject state, that they should render tribute to the Beta Israel, and not the other way around. Moab had planned to destroy Yisrael in Numbers chapter 22. Moab, the Moors, had planned to destroy Yisrael, Numbers 22. But it will become like a basin, right? Sir Machsi, in that the conqueror washes his feet. In other words, degraded to a menial service, become a tribute state, become a client state, is what's being stated here. All Edom, upon Edom, all Edom, Ashlik Naali, I will throw my Naali, my shoe, my Naal, Naali, my sandal, my shoe, Ashlik, right? I will throw, like cast, right? You know, cast my shoe. And that was like an insult, the shalak, to throw, to fling my shoe. Upon Edom do I cast my shoe. This is supposed to be like an allusion in the East to the Eastern custom of casting a shoe over a piece of land as symbolic act of possession. So in the ancient times, there was this symbolism of casting one's shoe, right, over like a land. Right? By casting one's shoe over a land, it was like a way of saying, you know, like, this is mine. Basically, this is mine. So here it says over Edom. Remember, Jacob is the heel grabber, the supplanter. Okay, you got that, I got you, so I got that. In other words, that's the sense right here. But bringing out this sense from the Hebrew, all Edom, upon Edom, Ashlik, I will cast Naali is shoe, or sandal. Naali is to say my shoe. And also in a sense too, this can be used as a disrespect too. Like think back when baby Bush was in office, right? Somebody tried to throw a shoe at him, and how he kind of ducked evolved and weaved out of the way, you know what I mean, of that, but it was like symbolic in the East, right, as an insult. An alternative translation, some would have all Edom, not a pun on Edom, but to Edom, and this would mean that as a master throws a shoe to his servant to be cleaned, so will this people be treated with contempt. On either Targum interpretation, if this is the lowly status ordained for Edom by Yahweh Eloheinu, how is it what the psalmist and I is saying? This is what his status is supposed to be. Then how is it, we plead, right, that he is now in the ascendancy over I, Yisrael, the B'nai Yisrael? How is it? So there's an irony in this. You know what I mean? There's an irony here. Now, the last part of this was says Philistia, Peleshet. This goes back to what the Egyptians did. They brought the whole Peleshet and Palestinian confusion to bear, but we'll touch on that. Philistia, right? Philistia. It means rolling, migratory, like immigrant, right? Ain't there something nowadays? Falash. That's where we get falasha. Falasha, in a sense, but I mean like exile, rolling in the dust, but in one sense exile, but here related to this people called the Philistines, Philistine. Here's where it says, Philistia, triumph thou because of me. There's an irony in this. It says, Alai, on I. Alai, Pileshet, on I, Pileshet. Hita ro'ai, do a ruah, like do a urah, in that sense. Hita ro'ai, do a ruah. You see, it's a shout, like a war shout, a war cry, a war signal, right? A war signal to mar, to break the ears, like when we blow the shofar, the ram's horn. Now, as we said right here, and the note even brings us out, that word triumph in the Hebrew, the hita ro'ai, is used in ironic sense, right, on one hand. But it says proclaim, right, Yahweh Eloheinu as the victor, right, as the victor, and the victory is his, right here. Interesting. You can see there's a lot of irony there. The 8th verse, right? It's like, you know, in a song, sometimes a song can have some mocking areas. You know what I mean? It depends on how it's brought out. You pick up on it. Here it says, who will bring me, right? Who will bring I, right? The strong city, right? Who will bring I the strong city? Who will lead I into Edom, right? Who will bring I the city of strength? Who will bring I the city of strength? So right here, it says, me, Yoveleni. Me, who, Yoveleni. Who will bring for me, to me, right? Me, Yoveleni, Matzor. The Matzor. Matzor. The Matzor. Who will bring me the city of Matzor? Strong city, a city of strength. Me, Nahani. Ad Adam. And who, me in Hebrew, they say who, me, like Mikael, who is like El. Here, me, who, Nahani, to lead me, right? Who will Nahani, right? Me and Nahani, Ad, reaching towards Adam. Like Ad is like directional. Who will like bring me, who will lead me like towards and direct, like almost like saying like, where's Edom? Like almost like it's being brought out, like somebody says, like somebody is harassing you and like your big brother coming along and say, well, where is this bully? Right? Where's this bully? Where's Edom? Who will lead me to the bully? Is like what's being brought out right here. Mia Yobaleniya Iramatzor. The Iramatzor. Now this final section right here of today's daily psalm here from the 9th verse, right? The 9th verse. Right? Yahweh's help is essential. The extreme difficulty of the task that confronted David is voiced in this verse. Because I don't know if we really appreciate love. I didn't really fully appreciate love until I studied. I said, wait, So David is conducting a war against these two, Aram Naharaim and Aram Sobah. And then while he's doing that against the Arameans and Syrians, then the Edomites watching this, they come and attack the south and shake up the whole land because people are panicking and everything. And now he has his men of war, his 30 mighty men, the Shaloshim, who he made commanders over his army. These are the brethren they can trust, and he tried it with, but he's thinking like, well, how am I going to do, he's engaged over here, like while your back is turned, like what happened to the Israelites in the wilderness where the Amalekites, another set of Edomites, hit them from the rear, killing like, young ones, women, and children from the rear, because we thought we would keep our vanguard of soldiers in the front, because we figure if anybody going to come, they're going to come as men, and we're going to fight them as men. But they instead came from the rear. The same thing the Edomites did in this, and how he was able to utilize Joab, the supreme commander, right, and his homie, Abishai, to rout them, dispatch troop by troop against, like divisions to, it's like what Abraham did in that battle before he met Melchizedek. So it's really a difficult situation he was in, as his psalm is a testament. Edom was strong for living in mountainous regions. The Edomites, they lived in the mountains. That made an expedition hazardous, right? It made it people who live up there in the mountain, that's just usual for them. Now you have to climb the mountains, especially the steep mountains, and bring up troop and equipment and deal with these ones. Well, this is what is being brought out right here, where it says, who will bring me? Who will Yabal? Me, Yobilani, the one who leads me. Yobilani, brings me, conducts me, right? Who will bring me? Who will cause me to flow, right? In the causative sense, to bring. You see what it says, especially with pomp. In other words, we're going to beat him, we're going to defeat him, right? David and the Israelite army at this point in the psalm is like, we're going to beat him and we're going to defeat him, right? So who will lead me to the fortified city? The Irmaos, right? Edom's capital was at Petra. Go look it up, Petra. The rock-hewn place, that was Edom's capital at Petra. Right? And for some, it was petrifying. It was petrifying. Rock city built out of rocks. And what? These people built what? This rock city, right? So Edom's capital was Petra. Approach through the most magnificent gorge. Just look up Petra, if you will, and get a full view. These gorges are very narrow. So you're trying to pass through these narrow gorges, but somebody could be at the top dropping stones in your head. It's like very, very difficult, challenging, right? Beyond all doubt, right? That personally I've seen these narrow, wild-shaped gorges. People can be hiding around any rock, so to speak, right? The rocks are most precipitous too. And the rocks too are kind of sharp. Like it's not like you're on a mountainside and you slip a little bit, some dirt right there. But these like sharp rocks, very precipitous, sharp, right? Obadiah, right? Abadiah, right? Abadiah, he basically speaks about it, in verse 3. Right, Obadiah, and Obadiah's prophecy right there's ear. But here, right, city of strength. Let's go to the next part here. This section is how Yahweh's help is essential, right? His help is essential, right? So remember to the question in the previous, right? Who will bring me to the fortified strong city? Who will lead me? Who will lead I to Edom, to Edom? So right here in the 10th verse, not the I, O Elohim, the I who has cast us off, and Elohim who did not go out with our armies. It's an interesting kind of like, who will lead us? Who will do this? The same one who, wasn't there for us before, but you're going to be there for us now is the kind of the sense. It's an interesting sense right here. Hello, ata, hello. In the Hebrew, hello, hello, he, from the ha, the, and lo mean no. So to say hello is they say, is it not? Hello, ata, Halo ata, right? Halo, is it not ata, the I male and none other? Halo ata Elohim. So here we have the ata, the pronoun, you, male, speaking directly to Elohim, the Almighty Power. Halo ata Elohim, is it not the I, O Elohim? Zinachtanu, from the beginning of the Psalm, Zinachtanu, who has Zanach, right? Zanachta Anu, who has cast Anu, I and I off, with lo and not, Teitzei, did not go forward, Elohim, and Elohim who did not go forward, Be Sivotenu, 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 with our Sabbath, Sivotenu. So Sabbath is like a singular Sabbath, right? Like a that which goes forth, right? Namely, like to army, to war, warfare, a host, like an organized group going forward, right? The Sabbath. But in this sense, it's like warfare, right? Service, right? A mass of persons, right? Organized for war. The implication is this is a campaign. Notice what it says, or figuratively, literally or figuratively, especially hardship or worship. So the hardship is the war, right? This is how we serve him, right? In the hardship, in the war, in the Sivotenu, right? The Sivotenu, in I and I host our campaigns, also the worship, right? Worship is a part of this right here. So it brings it to good light today's daily psalm right here. So what do we have right here? If this verse gives a true statement of the circumstances, this verse right here, then it were hopeless, right? You know what I mean? You know, to make the attempt without him, right? As the next verse also mentions, right? So it's interesting how this ending part of the psalm, it doubles to the beginning, right? In the beginning part, in the first verse, it says, thou hast cast us off, thou hast broken us down, thou hast been angry, restore us. So it's now seeing this restoration coming, that we cannot do this without Elohim, Yahweh Eloheinu, right? Here, bringing it here to the Yod Aleph verse right here, to the 11th verse. Give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of man. Now here in the translation, you see where it says right there, the translators know? It says help of man, that's the KJV, but actually in the Hebrew, it is salvation. Salvation, right? Havalanu, give to us. Havalanu, Ezrata mitzar, from the tsar, from the adversary. Wishav tishuata Adam, wishaw tishuat Adam. And vain and shaw, modern Hebrew shav, right? Shav in the modern Hebrew, ancient pointing with shaw, right? And emptiness, vain, nothingness, worthlessness, emptiness of speech, lying, worthlessness of conduct. This is the sense of vain right here as a desolating, an evil, destructive. Literally, it's in the sense of like a ruin, or morally is like guile, it's like deceptive, even idolatry. Right, in the sense of false subjectivity, right? False subjectively, right? Subjectively, false right here. To trust in the help of man, but notice the word help is actually the word teshuah. Teshuah. What is teshuah? All right, we have Yeshua, but here in the sense of teshuah, salvation, deliverance, right? Salvation, right? In the spiritual sense, victory. Right, in the warfare sense, rescue, right? Figuratively, personally, nationally, spiritually, you know, like on that personal spiritual level, you can say salvation, right? On the level of the national and personal, like the sense of, nationally, victory against enemies. Personally, like rescue in that sense, or salvation, saving, right? So here, the more proper reading of this right here would be that for vanity or vain is the salvation of Adam. Bringing out the sense of salvation of Adam. Not the help of man, but the salvation of Adam. Haba lanu. Haba, Yahab, give, right, here as a command. Haba, give, right, give, lanu, for us, give to us. Haba lanu ezrat, mitzar, ezrat, ezrat, ezrat. You see the word help is twice there? You said the word the word help is the H5833 and the H8668. So in the English, it's translated with the same sense, help. So, in our innocency, we reading it, it's like help. But now that we study to show ourselves approved, we recognize that it's not saying the same thing. In the first line, Haba, give lanu to us Ezrat, the Ezrat, right? Ezra, Ezrat, give us help, assistance, right? Ezrat, give us aid, help, assistance, Ezra, help, succor, right? Aid, give us help. Give us assistance. Haba lanu ezrat mi sar. It says from trouble is one way, but it's that word zar, or zar. Zar means a now tight situation, straits, difficulty, anxiety. So he is our help from trouble, whether it's anxiety within us or it's an adversary, right, outside of us, or adversity, right? Adversity, adversary. So there's a twofold sense of this. He's both help against the adversary, Adam, and also against the adversarial situation that we are in, this tight, difficult, anxietous situation that we are in. For the first part, and then the second part, with shav, tishuat adam, with shav, worthless. Worthless is the teshuat, is the salvation of Adam, is the salvation of man, the salvation of Adam. It's an interesting sense, ain't it? To rely upon his and I own human resources would be inadequate for the accomplishment of the task, is what's being said and acknowledged here in word, sound, and power. Here, this brings us to the fulfillment, the 12th verse, the Kaf Beit verse right here. Here we got this verse right here. This verse with the English. Through Elohim, we shall do valiantly, for he shall tread down our enemies. For he shall tread down our adversaries. You see how it says trouble in the previous verse? That was Sar, and you see how the word Sar is the same word here. So a more better translation of this would be from the previous verse to this verse. Give us help, assistance against the adversary, for worthless is the salvation of Adam or of man in general. Through Elohim, the almighty power, right, we will do valiantly, powerfully, for he it is that tramples down and will trample down our adversaries and our adversities. So both can be interpreted as our adversaries, like men and people, but also in conditional sense, our adversities right here. Here the Hebrew, Belohim, Na'aseh, Chayil, Wehua Yabus, Areinu, Belohim, Be Elohim, all together now, Belohim, Be in by way of Elohim, Belohim, Be Elohim, Na'aseh, Chayil, Na'aseh, Chayil, Na'aseh, Chayil, Na'aseh, Chayil. We will do Chayil, powerfully. We will do powerfully or valiantly. We touched on it earlier, but that's the Chayil sense. Chayil. I say Chayla, right? The power of a Chayil, even Ethiopically. Strength, might, efficiency. You do efficiently, powerfully. Wealth, army. It's ability and efficiency. Strength, right, can be wealth, right, force or army. And it's from the root right here of chul and chil, right? This is the root idea of it, right? This is an interesting root right here from the Hebrew sense, right? Whereas the chul and chil is to twist, to spiral. Remind me of the sacred geometry here, right? In a circular or spiral manner, in one sense. It's like wound up in that sense, like wound something up, you know what I mean? But it can also mean to dance, to rise, when we get to the root word. But in this level of it, it's force, power, right? Valiant, force, whether of men, means, or other resources. Force. From the Ethiopic, the Chayil sense, Chayil has a sense of to prevail, like power to prevail. There's a sense of power to prevail, right? The sense of Chayil is power to prevail, force, whether of men. So if you have manpower, you have the power to prevail. If you have the means, like the wealth or resources, you have power to prevail. In the translative sense, Hebraically, this is like army, right? Can be the army is the Chayil in modern Hebrew, Chayil, right? Wealth can be Chayil, virtue, valor, and strength. But also a key of this from a Hebrew perspective is ableness or activity. As we mentioned with Joseph and the friendly Paro, the friendly Pharaoh, great house, where he said, if any of your people, any of your brothers, if any of them are men of ability, I think the KJV says men of ability, the Hebrew says anshe, men of Chayil, anshe Chayil. And also, for the Shabbat Eve, we have, the man in the house that will read and recite Proverbs, right? After like the fullness of the, gathering together, he'll recite Proverbs chapter 31, verses 10 to verse 31 concerning the virtuous woman. So even in the virtuous woman in the Hebrew is the Eshet Chayil. Eshet or Set, Aset, Eshet Chayil. Eshet, the woman of, or the wife, the woman of Chayil, the woman of ability, the woman of virtue, the woman of strength. So right here, Belohim Naaseh Chayil, with who and he, speaking of Elohim and he, Elohim, the powers in he, in singularity, with who and he, Yabus, he will boost, right? Not boost them up, but tread them down, trample them down, trample down the warriors, reject them, tread them down, desecrate them, kick out, trod them down, go down to the trample, literally or figuratively, right? Tread them down. With who and he, Yabus Sareinu, and he will trample down, trod down our adversaries and our adversities. Keep that in mind. Adversaries, because the Hebrew had those two truths, right? The Sareinu can be our adversaries, men and people, or it can also be tight, anxieties, difficult situations, troubles, right? Sareinu. Belohim Naaseh Chayil Wuhu Yabusa Sareinu. Through Elohim. The key here is Belohim. Through Elohim, the almighty power. Only with his aid, Ezrat, his aid is victory, right? Is victory possible? Is victory possible and certain because he is always faithful, always sure. Right here, we already passed the time right here on the board. So right here, I'd like to share the Rhema tune. Right, share the Rhema tune. We share the part one right there. Those listening to the BTR, Blog Talk Radio, if you can come over momentarily to the YouTubes, right? Rastafari Israelites, Rastafari Groundation, just to hear the Hebrew chant right here, dubwise for the outro. It's Shabbat time, Shabbat Shalom, Sembet Salam, that last verse right there. Belohim Naaseh Chayil. Belohim Naaseh Chayil. Wuhu Yabus Sareinu. Here. Gonna sign off right here, brothers and sisters on the BTR. We're gonna go just look at more right here on the live stream right here. Haverim. Shabbat Shalom, Sembet Salam, the YouTube channels. Channel 1, Rastafari Israelites. Channel 2, Rastafari Groundation. Shalom, Haverim, Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Sembet Salam. Riding up, right here.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Yes. So here on the live stream, we just signed off right there. But let's pick up right here. Yeah.
מזמור סמך, למנצח על שושן עדות, מכתם לדוד ללמד, בהצותו את ארם נהריים, ואת ארם צובה, וישוב יואב, ויח את אדום בגיא מלח, 12 א'. אלוהים זנחתנו, פרצתנו, ענפת תשובב לנו. הרעשת ארץ פצמת, רפה שבריה חימת. הראית עמך קשה, השקיטנו יין תרעלה. נתת לרעך נס להתנוסס, מפני קושת סלע. למען יחלצון ידידיך, הושיע ימינך ועננו. אלוהים דיבר בקודשו, אעלוזה אחלקה שכם, ועמק סוכות המדד. לי גלעד ולי מנשה, ואפרים מעוז ראשי, יהודה מחוקקי. מואב סיר רחצי, על אדום אשליך נעלי, עלי בלשת התרועעי. מי יובילני עיר מצור, מי נחני עד אדום. הלא אתה אלוהים זנחתנו, ולא תצא אלוהים בצבאותינו. הבה לנו עזרת מצר, ושב תשועת אדם. באלוהים נעשה חיל, והוא יבוס צרנו.
Psalm 60. O God, thou hast cast us off, thou hast scattered us, thou hast been displeased. O turn thyself to us again. Thou hast made the earth to tremble, thou hast broken it. Heal the breaches thereof, for it shaketh. Thou hast showed thy people hard things. Thou hast made us to drink the wine of astonishment. Thou hast given a banner to them that fear thee, that it may be displayed because of the truth. Selah. That thy beloved may be delivered. Save with thy right hand and hear me. God hath spoken in his holiness. I will rejoice. I will divide Shechem and mete out the valley of Succoth. Gilead is mine, and Manasseh is mine. Ephraim also is the strength of mine head. Judah is my lawgiver. Moab is my washpot. Over Edom will I cast out my shoe. Philistia, triumph thou because of me. Who will bring me into the strong city? Who will lead me into Edom? Wilt not thou, O God, which hadst cast us off, and thou, O God, which didst not go out with our armies? Give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of man. Through God we shall do valiantly. For he it is that shall tread down our end, 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 tread down our end.
Nase chayo, nase chayo. Yes, 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 yes. Shabbat shalom. Wow. Wow. pull up. Let's go. Wow.
Shabbat salam, Shabbat shalom.
You know we are Israelites. You know we are Israelites. You know we are Israelites.
Baruch atah Adonai.
Jah Rastafari. Jah Rastafari.
Yes. Shabbat shalom, Sembet salam. Best way to keep the Shabbat is just to meditate, reflect on his words, and Torah reading and feeding. Here. We have Re, to see. Seen, Re, see. We have the Baraka and the Kalala. The Baraka for obedience, for Shama, right? For hearing, right? Shema, Yisrael, obedience. And the Kalala, the consequences for disobedience. Here we pick up with Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 26 to Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 17. Take a read, Chabarim. Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 26, right, to Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 17. That's from the Torah, right? The Haftarah, the prophets reading. We have Yeshaya, Isaiah chapter 54, verses 11 to 55 and 5. This is one of the special Shabbats, the special Shabbats here in the season and the reason for the season. Let's see if we can just give you just a little sneak peek right here. This is good for the Shabbat time to meditate, reflect on it, take some notes, pray for wisdom. May give you the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKadosh, right here. Let's go to verse 5. Okay, here, let's bring up the compare quickly here. And here this is the key word right here. Let's see. Okay, actually 50, my bad. It was actually 54 and 11. 54:11. So let's go back to 54:11. Right? 54:11. Right? Here's the key word right here. This is the key word, right, for this Shabbat. This is one of the special Shabbats, third of the 7 special Shabbats, right? The last Shabbats of the year before we enter into the festival feast season, autumn, some say fall festival season, the high holy days, Sukkot, generally referred to as tabernacles, where we have the Day of Trumpets, the Yom Teruah, known as Rosh Hashanah, the Yom HaKippurim, the Day of the Coverings, Atonement, and the Feast of Sukkot, right? The Shavua long Feast of Sukkot, booths, tabernacles, huts. Notice that in Psalm 60, it has Sukkot right there. But here, this Shabbat is known as Shabbat Aniyah So'ara. Sabbath Aniyah So'ara. Shabbat Aniyah So'ara. What is Aniyah So'ara? Aniyah So'ara is thou, O thou afflicted, speaking to Zion, Ani, right? Ani, like not Ani, it's not Ani to show that there's a difference in the soft A and the hard A is Ani. Some point it as Oni, Oniya So'ara. O poor, afflicted, humble, wretched one, depressed, one's depressed in mind or circumstances, Oni, right? Oniya, speaking to she, Oniya So'ara. So'ara is from Sa'ar. So'ara, speaking to she in this sense, storm, raging storm. All right, bring it down here, like rushing, the tossing and turning of storm, or tossed by tempest. Right here. So, O thou afflicted and tossed with tempest, Aniyah So'ara, right? Not comforted. Behold, I will lay thy stones with fair, beautiful colors, and lay thy foundations with sapphire. So the reading from the Torah again is Deuteronomy 11, chapter 11, verse 26 for this 47 sabbatical study, known as Behold, the KJV, more correctly as See, right? For Parashat Re'eh. All together now, Re. Speaking to a male to see. All of Yisrael being spoken to as one man. His son, Re, see, seen, Re, right? Deuteronomy 11, chapter 11, verse 26 to chapter 16, verse 17. Isaiah chapter 54, focus verse 11 to 55 and 5. And the Brit Chadasha, the renewed covenant reading, John's Gospel, Yohanan, chapter 7, verse 37 to verse 52. So right here, just to touch on a little bit of this right here for the time and the season right here. Brothers and sisters and brothers. Just a little outro tune, the Benjamite. A brother named Benjamite has a wonderful tune. Check it out on the YouTube. His tunes there. Benjamite, right? This one is called It's the Sabbath Day. It's the Sabbath Day. It's the Sabbath day.
Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the seventh day God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. And God blessed the seventh day, and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made. These are the generations of the heavens and of the earth, when they were created, in the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens. heavens, and every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew.
Shabbat, 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 yes it is a Shabbat day. Shabbat day. Shabbat, Shabbat, holy Shabbat, yes it is the holy day. Holy day. Shabbat, 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 yes it is the Shabbat day. Shabbat day. Shabbat, Shabbat, holy Shabbat, yes it is the holy day. Work all week and now it's time to rest. Cook up the food and everything blessed. Read back and pull the scriptures out. Family reading what it's all about. Giving full attention to the Most I of creation. He hallowed it and made it a holy day. Separation. To be one with the Most I and feeling essence. Destructions of the world have to be absent. We have to remember the fourth commandment until thy kingdom come. Shabbat, 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 yes it is a Shabbat day. Shabbat day. Shabbat, Shabbat, holy Shabbat, yes it is the holy day. Holy day. Shabbat, 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 yes it is the Shabbat day. Shabbat day. Shabbat, Shabbat, holy Shabbat, yes it is the holy day. Holy day. I'm duty free from my responsibility for servitude. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's what the Father said we're supposed to do. Man shall not live by bread alone, but by the words that proceeded by him that sit up on the highest throne. From the heaven to the earth, angel and man abstain from work, just as it was from in the first. Why should I divert? Even lovers take vacation, traveling and spending time one-on-one. It's a way of strengthening their union. We should do the same thing with the Almighty One. Shabbat, 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 yes it is a Shabbat day. Shabbat day. Shabbat, Shabbat, holy Shabbat, yes it is the holy day. Shabbat, 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 yes it is the Shabbat day. Shabbat day. Shabbat, Shabbat, holy Shabbat, yes it is the holy day.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it.
Yes. Shabbat Shalom, Sembet Salam. One more tune right here. Benjamin, check him out on the YouTubes right there. That's It's a Sabbath Day. And not too many songs, hopefully more singers and players of instruments, some good music for Shabbat time. Share it with I here on this platform right here, lojs.org. You can hit the contact, some suggestions, recommendations. Here, Benjamin. Don't forget the Sabbath. Don't forget the Sabbath.
Don't you forget it. Never forget it.
Woo!
Never forget it. Babylon want us to forget it. Sabbath day. Don't you forget it. Don't you forget it. Never forget it. Never forget it. Don't you forget it. Don't you forget it. Rome wants us to forget it. Sabbath day. Genesis 2:1-2 talks about the Sabbath. Enoch and Methuselah, they kept the Sabbath. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob kept the Sabbath. Don't forget the Sabbath day. It's the way how they lived. They kept the Sabbath. Solomon and David, they kept the Sabbath. Praises they give the Most High on the Sabbath. Don't forget the Sabbath day. Christ came in the earth and he kept the Sabbath. The early church, they kept the Sabbath. The 12 disciples, they kept the Sabbath. Don't forget the Sabbath day. Don't you forget it. Don't you forget it. Never forget it. Never forget it. Don't you forget it. Don't you forget it. Sabbath day.
Don't you forget it. Don't you forget it. Never forget it. Never forget. Rome want us to forget it. Don't you forget. Babylon want us to forget it. Sabbath day. Praises on the Sabbath. We take rest on the Sabbath. Don't work on the Sabbath. No buying and selling on the Sabbath. Because it is the Most High's day. We chill on the Sabbath, read the scriptures on the Sabbath, have a class on the Sabbath. We gather on the Sabbath, the assembly. We beat the drum on the Sabbath. We sing on the Sabbath. We don't do our own thing on the Sabbath. Don't you forget it. Don't you forget it. Never forget it. Never forget it. Don't you forget it. Babylon want us to forget it. Sabbath day. Don't you forget it. Don't you forget it. Never forget it. Never forget it. Babylon want us to forget it. Don't you forget it. Rome want us to forget it. Sabbath day. From the beginning of time, the Most High established the Sabbath day. Sabbath day. Why would people think the Most High would want to take that away? That away. It's a day when mankind humble themselves, praise the Most High and pray. Pray from all the worldly things they have to turn away. So don't you forget it. No, you forget never forget it. Never forget it. Never forget it. Sabbath day. Don't you forget never ever forget it. Never forget it. Don't you forget it. Don't you forget it. Rome wants us to forget it. Sabbath day. Genesis 2:2 talk about the Sabbath. Enoch and Methuselah, they kept the Sabbath. Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, Yeshua, the 12 disciples, the early churches. Never let go of the Most High. I never let go of the Most High. I never let go of the Most High. 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 Never let go of.
Toda, Rabba, enough, thanks. Benjamin, don't forget the Sabbath. Here, caught the still right there. Check it out on the YouTube. So Shabbat Shalom, Sembet Salam, join I for the After Shabbat podcast. Y'all willing here on this platform, on the Ed and the Irit, going through this Torah reading and feeding. Parashat Re'eh, see, seen, sight. No, Shabbat Re'eh, right here. We talk about the blessings. We have the blessings and the consequences and the curses, the blessings and the curses. Yeah. Let's focus on the baraka, the blessings for the Shabbat, the Shabbat season, the Shabbat time, the 22 berkot, that we find in the scriptures. Anyway, Shabbat Shalom, Sembet Salam. Give thanks, brothers and sisters and brothers. Of course, we'd like to go on and on and on and on while preparing for the Shabbat time, rest and refresh. Shavua Tov, a good strong to come. But first, the prerequisite is the Sabbath. Yes, I remember who you do.